All right. Good evening, everybody who is listening or watching us on YouTube or just joining in on the space on Twitter. I'm Randy. This is this week's Brick Talk, as usual, from earnings season. And the gentleman, if you're watching us on TV or whatever you watch YouTube on, the guy on the other side of the screen is Danai. And as usual, every week we have a nice little conversation about the market. And it is wonderful because it allows our views to be shared and your views to also be shared with us. All right. So welcome. This is another Brick Talk. We're going in immediately. We don't want to waste too much time this week. Our first person that sent a speaking request is Ulstry. We're about to bring him in. But before we bring him, let me just remind everybody watching and listening. Danai is a licensed investment advisor. I am a make money off the stock market or I will starve, whatever you call that. And that you should listen to it as two people who have conversations along that level. But nothing that we say or talk about is investment advice. If you want investment advice, I would advise you guys to link Danai, and Danai will say his website that you can link him at. He's under heavy demand, of course. It's thehalladvisory.com.
thehalladvisory.com.
Yeah, but he's under heavy
Yep.
demand all the time, so you kind of have to sign up for the mailing list there. You look like you have an announcement around it.
July dates opening this month. Look out
Whoo!
for those.
July dates
Yeah.
opening this month. Woo,
I do
woo,
have a
woo.
mailing list. Mailing list for any a priority list. Anybody that wants to think there, it's on the page. You click my site, whatever. I'll be posting on a Twitter link with it. But the idea is, well, if you go to my page, on my page right now, a friend of mine said it don't make sense you have your site tell you to book a session and then everybody that presses it can't get nothing. All right. So I have a main list and the idea is you go on priorities, you'll be the first to know. I'll send out an email whenever any session opens up and then you'll be able to see it and you can book from there. It's a first come, first serve. Everybody on the mailing list, get them email one time when you book, you're good. Yeah.
All right, I love that. It makes perfect sense. I'm streamlining it for users, and it also allows people to know. It also allows people to know when things are actually available for them, right? So that's a great thing, I think. On my side, I also teach investing. So if you want to learn how to do the things here is talk about, it's not hard. I've been told because Bridget Sean, who I always remember every time I said this, that it's not that it's simple, but it's not easy. And the truth is, I still think it's kind of easy. It's a lot easier than you think. I will tell you that. And that's if you want to learn how to do that. I have a class called Grower. It stands for Grow Rich with Research. Do it every month. You wondering when the next one is, click that link and you can find out. Or if you're on Twitter, you can click the header image that I have and you will see the time to the next one and the link is there. I've been doing this little thing where I reserve a couple of Danai's slots each month for Grow subscribers, for like the people who participate the most in the class. I don't plan to change that. I am adding to it. I'm testing a little personal grow product, very limited. I do maybe 2 or 3 every month, literally just 2 or 3 people. So 2 or 3 slots, and if you get the slot, is you, and it's a grow just for you. It is expensive, of course, but it also comes with a session with Danai baked in. So you'll get more details on that, but it's a quick teaser for everybody. So you have an idea who we are, what we're talking about. We're talking about the stock market business. Bring yourself into the conversation. Join us on Twitter. Send a speaking request, and we will approve it, and we can talk about whatever you want. And with all of that said, our first person who has jumped in to join the conversation with us is somebody called Ools Try, who was asking about with Cinco. So, right back to you, Ools Try. What's up?
Okay, I'm here. Night again, everyone. Love the introduction. Congrats on that, Danai, and the mail
Respect.
listing coming. But yeah, the question is, and I'm sure everybody else can learn something. Where do you see the company in the next 3 months? With the fact that about 3 months ago, they were at about $14, I believe.
Oh, so I come with
Don't
the
quote me.
price.
Yeah, man, price line. Based on growth, projection, demand, we know the country opening up back. We know the different tourism
Ooh.
sectors opening up back. So it should increase the demand. for the stock, but I'm just not sure if we see that becoming probably a $40 stock in the short order.
Do you? Cause you sound like you already have something in mind, you know, brother.
bro.
You just
So
want
like
Dana tell
someone
you yes.
No, I
him
just want to hear
ask me a
what you
question,
say.
people pay me for hear. People pay me for
Right?
hear the answer to.
Right? Yeah, that is that.
Well, I would want to
Yeah.
hear what you think.
Yeah, but Dana makes
Not
money
that
off that.
I'll
Yeah.
talk to you about the company, and where we'll be in thing there. I'm not going to talk to you about the stock price, where I think the stock price
All
is
right,
going to be in
let's
X
leave the
time.
stock price out of it. Let's talk about
Definitely.
the company and it's the demand for the
Yeah.
company
Or
and
let
All
me see
certain
right,
if I
so
can help. Let me
products.
see if I can help you find both of you find a middle ground, right? You obviously are hot on Wisinko early, right? Why do you like Wisinko currently? Because you came up with that $40 price. Why did you have that
Yes.
price in mind?
I came up with that price coming from where let's say the demand. Wisinko started at $7 something. I think the IPO was. Then I think probably within a 2 month span 14, it went up to about 21 at one point and then it dipped. COVID had messed it up, COVID threw off everything. But in recent days, I think it was because of the report that came out yesterday. I think we see it went up to about 28.50, somewhere there about today.
hmm so
You are
you think it'll
correct.
be 40 because it's coming from 7? That's what you're saying?
No, I think if the demand should increase, uh, the fact that the countries open are opening up, we should see the sales increase over the coming months. Maybe it won't reach $40 anytime soon, but I think in the near future it should be a
Your
$40
future be in
stock.
3 months.
No, not at all. 3 months, maybe 3 years.
3 years.
3 years? Whoa, you
Yes,
gone
man.
far. Ah, boy. You know,
All right. Seems like we don't have a stronger feeling it would be short lived.
I mean, I thought we were all talking 3 months.
Well,
Yeah.
no, no, no. I don't
I,
think we
I
reach
mean,
forty
when
dollar
you,
in
when you
three
said
months.
40 in 3 months, I wasn't complaining, to be honest.
Oh, wow, interesting. Okay, that's a fair point in your view. For me, maybe I really need to look back at the company numbers and the demand and
What's the demand? What do you mean by that?
uh all right. I think the last major thing that they have a dollar distribution center in the western island of the country, right?
Um,
Somewhere that they opened up recently of some sort.
I believe
Not
so. They
open yet.
opened something in
It's open in the when it open. It's open already.
Yeah, man. I
yeah,
think it
recently,
opened.
Hague
In
Trelawney.
my head, I think
Yes.
I think you
Yeah.
both it wrong.
So
I
they put
think
out,
in it's open. That's not reported on yet. That's it.
well,
And
March.
the
It
fact
never
that they
come in the
have that,
March
they can
report.
supply that side of the island easier.
I think they spoke about it in the recent report. In the third quarter report in the MD&A, I believe they mentioned something around it. But I'm going off. I'm going off just straight memory, so I could be wrong.
And that's the issue. Same for me. No, I don't have the data in front of me.
I do, but a lot of things came out recently, and I've been pretty busy. Then I was just talking about one that I'm sure will come up
Oh, fast switch.
pretty soon. Well,
There we
in a
go.
few seconds. It's really good at this predicting thing. So yeah, well, they said in the official notice about it in January that they have entered into the leasing thing effective November 2021. They're retrofitting it, and they wanted it. The operations were going to commence towards the end of March 2022, and they reported
Okay,
up
okay.
to the end of March 2022 as to whether or not it
Okay, so it
impacted
should
in
be
it.
operational as we speak.
Yeah, maybe, but I don't know that even if it was in it a new operating center there, I don't know that would
Sister, we
have.
expect the comments of the thing there. It's in the report. We expect the comments
Okay, okay, problem. I'm gonna have to
for
look
the
at
new
that.
estimation,
Before
operation,
we touch
final
fast
testing
switch
and
though, cause
calibration being
fast
conducted.
switch
So
is
it's
big
already.
business now,
Well, I don't know if
Before
we're
we
going to
touch
touch
it.
first with you, but we'll certainly talk about this Wisinko thing here.
All right,
Because
let's.
your point that you're making about the Trelawney Center, the Trelawney Distribution Center, right?
Yes. The point. All right. What I was looking at is they weren't. able to supply that side of the island directly. They were supplying them indirectly, meaning that the different stores across the island would buy their product and resell them, basically acting as a middleman. Now they can supply these people directly and cut out the middleman, basically. So
And
it should see their sales improving.
you sure?
That making I
Middleman meaning.
Yeah, meaning okay, you have a store, you buy from me as the manufacturer, I sell to you, you sell back to other folks.
Yeah, but I'm saying, are you sure that is
Yeah. We don't buy
co-commissant?
any food from Wisconsin directly, do we?
And even
Some
if
places do,
no, I'm saying no, lots of places
Places
do,
and
but
we
but
lots of
here's what I'm
places.
saying. Are you made an assumption there? The assumption that you made was that if they cut out the middleman, it means greater sales for them. Does it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
directly.
Does it?
To a certain extent.
What extent?
No,
Like, what's the
yeah,
basis for that?
Is either greater sales or no?
All right, true. Well, I guess the greater sales will come from tourism then.
Whoa, no man, we can't jump all over the place, man. We're not going to just say things
Yeah.
just because it's so nice. Stick to
No,
that
it's not
point.
about it sounding nice.
No man,
Demands will increase.
stick to that point.
No,
Demand
man.
will increase because they have the new distribution center. Why?
No, that was just an assumption.
Yeah,
man,
but
so
I'm
I know
Yeah,
that
assuming
they
for a
have the
reason.
distribution center. I was
Yeah, man,
looking
but
at it
assuming
from
for a
that.
reason. So if I use it, what about the distribution center makes my demand go up? You get me?
The fact that they can service more people, they can reach people that require their products and services.
you sure?
Yeah, because, all right, the fact that Wisynco is here in St. Catherine, certain people wanted their products but couldn't buy directly from them. They would buy it from someone else. Now they can sell to the people, or the people that wasn't able to access them service or products.
But the
No,
people
they
would have
can.
been able to access the service, as you said, they're buying it from somewhere. So if I have a shop in the middle of Woi Woi,
Well,
and
go.
I sell water, so I buy 2 cases of water every week. Every Friday I go buy my 2 cases of water, and that lasts me until the next Friday, right? Wisynco opens up a depot closer to me, lower Woi Woi, and so now the Wisynco guy comes to my shop directly. Still gonna buy 2 cases of water, right?
Yes. The difference is you're buying directly from Wisynco at a different price range. So you normally buy 2. You probably want to buy 4 now because you get it cheaper and you get it direct.
That's a
So
big.
cutting out
That's
the
a big.
middleman.
That's a big assumption.
Assumption.
Are you sure that I'm getting
Suppose I
it?
buy 4 and you said that lasts me 1 week. It just lasts me 2 weeks now. The same consumption happens then. That can well happen.
I understand what you're saying, but we're heading on to we're in the summer, we're in the hottest time of the country now. Like we're in
Happen
the
every year,
demand should increase.
No, summer happens every year. So the demand
Yes.
last year, why the demand last year be different from the demand this year? Just on the basis of summer.
COVID is
All
cut
right,
summer.
not
Well-
only on the basis of summer, but on the basis of COVID was around. So the demand then and the demand to come will
I like
surely
that
be
one.
different.
All right. I hope you understand what we're doing here, right? This is something that I do in
to a certain extent.
yeah. This is something that we do. At least I do. Well, and then I does
Oh,
a bit
yes.
in
Yeah, man,
the
I'm
grow.
confident in that I do, man. Yeah, man.
In the no, if you can trust, I have confidence in that. But it's something that I do in the grower group all the time, which is that it's not just because something sounds good that will make it fly. You get me? We have to test it. So I'm not knocking, by the way, the new
What you're saying at all.
yeah, and I'm not knocking the new center that they have in Trelawney. But logic means that we have to carry it through to its logical conclusion. Just because they've opened a new center in Trelawney, a new warehouse, doesn't mean that sales immediately are going to go up. In fact, it could mean that expenses would go up because the Wisynco truck never used to have to drive, go to shop in Woi Woi to sell the 2 cases to this person. Now we have to put that gas cost under our expense line.
Well, that's true. That's true. Increased expense.
Yeah. What I'm trying to put forward here is that, and I guess maybe this is just maybe a little bit of my past experience with this kind of business. It's not that a new depot, a new warehouse facility closer to the people won't mean the possibility of increased sales. But what we should not necessarily expect it to mean increased sales immediately, right? It might have some time before you start seeing the full effect. And if you want to think about it too, the guy that I used to buy the 2 cases from at his wholesale, his sales going to fall because I'm no longer buying the 2 cases because the Wisinko truck is now coming directly to me. Wisinko
True.
was making money off that sale already too, you know.
Yeah, you're right.
So it's not. So in a regular conversation, you might hear somebody say, oh, just throw it forward as a point. Oh, we think of the new facility, and they talk about that along the lines of wanting of the share price increasing, and there's so many stops along the way between this new facility and the share price increasing. Not that it won't happen, but we have to be sure of why something is actually happening before we say it. And if you want to predict accurately and in my view sensibly, that's what you have to do. So that's why I'm breaking on the point, because I've heard other people say it. It's one of those data points that they say we sing price. Oh, they throw it out. They know them throw a couple of things out there. I see this more as a longer term impact thing, right? This means that the direct servicing of a lot of these customers, one, I think it speaks to them tooling up for the, yes, you're right, increased demand, but increased demand in what way? One, this is what Trelawney.
Yes.
We know that Trelawney is blowing up in terms of hotels. That in fact the whole northern side of the island is growing. We're getting more and more rooms on that side of the island, and so it makes sense now that some like a company like Wisinko, which by the way, that's why I questioned you earlier when you're like, they couldn't reach a lot of these places. Wisinko, as far as I know, has the best physical product distribution system in Jamaica.
Okay.
Yeah, one of. I'm saying one of because it's not like I have the numbers in front of me. But Wisinko is pretty top of the line. In terms of getting to the places, I think there are very few things in that class. I always say, think of the things you can get anywhere. You can buy water anywhere. But truthfully, if you go some parts of the country, not everybody have water, right? You can buy Craveny everywhere. You can buy White Rum everywhere. You can buy Cashpot everywhere. Those distribution networks, it's a little different for Cashpot because they can go digital. They can go over the air or through the phone lines. But Wisinko has to physically get that bottle to that shop for you to get it. So they have a hell of a distribution network. So when I see something like this, I don't think that here are these customers that Wisinko couldn't reach before. What I think is here is Wisinko setting up themselves for the next 5 years of deeper customer penetration. You get me?
Yeah, man, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. So I mean, it might be good if you really were serious about it as a 5 year look.
I am, I'm gonna wait for the market to readjust, realign, and then I try to grab some more. But I'm
Realign, what
on
that
it,
mean?
trust me. Meaning the price is fairly high now. I'm sure something will happen. Prices go, prices come down, and
Not
readjust the
really, I
price
know so it
so I
always
can
go.
grab some more.
Not really. The price, I mean, it's a hell of an assumption to think that because the price come up here, it must come back down. It no
No,
must.
man, it does.
Yeah, that's a dangerous way to think of things though, because the prices that
True.
go up and stay up don't come back down. We think has been long overdue, this some would say.
I agree with that. Yes, that is true. I
And
agree with
with
that.
these Q1 results, not Q1, Q3 results, I mean, they've almost matched all of last year in terms of profit. And for me, the real standout, the thing that caught my eye looking at the results was the revenues.
Mm-hmm.
Two
Yeah,
point
I can
yeah,
agree with that.
2 point odd billion more in revenues
I
early.
think we should see it going up then. So I guess I'm gonna wait. Well, let's see.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, we're not wait and see types. But I mean, that's why I say follow it through. I just want to hear what else you're using for that 40. And you said 5 years. Over the last, what, 3 years? Let's say April 2019, April 1, 2019.
For sure, I'll be buying. I'm in the queue. and I'm heavy on a few companies, so I'll be buying, but I want to get it at a certain price line if it's possible.
I get you because, but here's my thing now. Here's one last thing I'll throw in there. If you if you're thinking of $40 in a few years, does it matter if you get it at 25 or 20?
No, not at all.
So
I
why would
bought
you
some at
wait?
25, I have some from 14. I have some, how much? 30,000.
Yeah.
I'm heavy on this income, man.
No
Very
man,
heavy on this
I'm
income.
not knocking that. I can tell. I can tell. I like that. It's something that you've looked at deeply, but it's just the idea what you said that you're waiting for it to fall a little bit for you to get back in. Like if
No,
it
not
don't
in,
fall,
I'm in. I didn't come out.
no man,
Not
get
as yet.
more. Buy more units.
Okay.
Yeah. If you think it's gonna go up, why would you wait for it to fall? What happens if it doesn't fall?
Let's say the money is tied up in other investments at the moment, or
Okay.
other
Okay.
stocks.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So
But if
if
it
I
drop, you would sell those
sell
stocks.
some separate, cause separate heavy, separate is a damn good company.
I mean, they're all
So
good
probably
companies, like I say.
yes, but some performing better than some as we speak.
Separate performing really good. You look at separate numbers that just come out.
Yes,
What do you think of them?
I think the projections are good. I understand them have some. Well, companies always have growth to do, but the numbers are good.
All
And
right.
Separate is a huge company.
Yeah,
Separate, I think is one of the top five. No, one of the top 10 companies in Jamaica.
they are a massive company. That is true, and
Yeah,
they're now about to be even more massive.
with this new warehouse coming on board as well.
Not with the new warehouse, with the new company that they just bought.
Well, that too, the Trinidad one.
Yeah, that's a massive. That's almost like they bought separate in Trinidad.
So we can look for. All right, let's just say if it reached the right price, I'm gonna give you another call and we have a different discussion.
Um, Make we see. Make we see. I think then I would have jumped in, but I realized him sound down. Then I if
Yeah,
you
yeah, I think him gonna listen. And I see Shan there making some bold move as well on Twitter. Good luck, Shan.
Shan name top striker for nothing. She's been
Me know that, man.
Shanice.
Slightly
I
crazy.
shouldn't say I didn't call her top striker for nothing. She's been doing what she's doing deliberately. For a good little
Big
while
up
now.
yourself, on the Mayberry team. But we're looking good. The market good. We just want Jamaica to continue to grow. You know, people continue to invest, buy stocks.
And I'm back.
There we go.
Thanks for the opportunity to speak.
No problem. Big up,
Rania,
man.
Danai.
Big
Really
up, big up,
appreciate
big
it.
Big
up.
up,
And I
boss.
hope you
Big up.
stick with the market. Remember what I said though. Don't wait if you don't have to. If you really believe it's going up, show
Yeah,
it.
if because you said it, you said the money tie up, but you started with if the price fall, you're buying more. So when
Yeah.
you determine it, and
All right,
suppose when
Monday
you get the
morning, I'm
money
gonna make a bold statement. Watch the man.
statement,
Yeah, man.
I'm a boss. Do it.
Oh,
All the best.
the millions are pouring Monday morning. That I mean,
Gonna make a bold statement Monday morning.
for we think
Say
hit the
40 by
breaker.
morning.
Yeah.
Nah, man, I never say 14, but we see how we can push it.
For we think hit
You know,
the
we have some real market movers here.
for we
The
think
Mayberry team, we have some real market movers here. So
okay.
Oh,
let's
the
see how we
Mayberry
can do.
team. Wait, Mayberry team. You're at Mayberry.
I didn't say I'm at Mayberry, but I will show the
I'm
market for
asking.
next
I'm
week.
asking.
No,
I'm
I'm not.
asking.
I'm not at Mayberry.
But the Mayberry
I
team,
see.
well, all right, well, I mean, $10 million, lick the break on it. $10 million, and you buy up to 29.50.
We'll
Big
see
up
if we
my money,
can.
JA,
We'll see if we
for
can
that
press it a
info,
couple
by
of
the way.
times next week. Then
Okay, all
All
right,
right, boss.
all right. Big up, boss. All right.
respect, man.
Next up we had. Well, I saw her. I don't know if she turned. No, I saw Tun Becky, but she seems to have jumped off.
Jump off.
Yeah. Well, that's a good little convo, guys. If you want to have a conversation, or anything you want to highlight, anything you want to talk about, send a speaking request, and we will get going with you immediately. Uh, yeah, yeah. Send a speaking request, and also, of course, the people on YouTube, you can, I believe, some of you can send like a chat message, or I'll try and touch some of those. I see Lolin said that supermarket and shop are more reliable customers than various individuals. I think when it comes to like distribution, you can't knock any part, or different parts play their role. There are different parts of the distribution network, and all of them play their role. So you don't want to knock certain parts. Those same customers that he was talking about, and I in the middle. A lot of those same customers could very well be a lot of those same customers could very well be good because they will buy, and they're buying ahead of the demand that other
In the
people.
man on the end market. Yep.
Exactly. So
So
the person,
yep.
the person that has the ability to buy only 2 cases, the shop guy might buy 8 cases for the month for that person, and that's an 8 case thing, right? But little by little, we think, and that's another deep part of the distribution, because now when you hit that 2 case person at them home, you can maybe give them credit to the tune of 20% more sales, while maybe, or 30% more sales, while maybe or even maybe 50% more. They used to buy 2 cases, so you push credit on them, and them start buying three, less out of stock. While the big distributor, you probably couldn't push credit on them for them to increase them sales by 50%. So it works out, maybe it works out over time, but it's not an immediate point. And I like when the point is used, I would say,
Uh,
sensibly.
Randy, thank you for bringing up that point, because that's what I wanted. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to say it, but that's what I wanted to get across. And it should benefit shareholders, because we know that some of these middlemen, the Chinese shop, we're not benefiting as Jamaicans from these stores, but we can definitely benefit from a company like Wisynco by holding the stock. And this is another reason why we should continue to buy
Well, it's the
these
same.
companies.
It's the same thing. That it's the same Chinese shop that them used to sell to, and why we as shareholders can benefit. So I don't know how that works. So
Yeah, man, let's not
No, but
knock that.
the fact that
let's not
we
do that.
can give credit to other people, and they can better service their communities or service Jamaicans.
So to me, it's only like better service themselves. Because
Yeah.
they say
That too.
again, if I bought water last week, I buying water this week. Just like this guy getting a better margin on it sometimes.
Yeah, and since you jump back on while waiting on the next two people, you were right. The demand point is huge. We've spoken about that for many weeks. Everybody outside now, parties are back, and summer itself is here, and tourism
Yes,
continues to
that's what I
rise.
was looking at as well. The summer factor.
Yeah, and tourism continues to rise. So it's not like, yeah, it's not a light thing. The demand is got. It's a good time, I think, for them to make this infrastructural move, because it will work. It will work strongly for the next few years, I
Q4,
suspect.
well, Q3 will be good. That's the summertime. Uh, Q4. Well, let's see. Let's look back at them last year report and see. Always trust the data.
But I mean, they just reported Q3, so
When
Q4. You're talking about the calendar Q, not Wisynco's Q.
Yeah, man, calendar.
Okay, so on the calendar, okay. 'Cause I just got off the company's quarter, so their Q4 is June. I think they might catch some of the summer sales in that, whatever is happening now, the outside, the start of the party. And then Q1 will be interesting. That'll have the last of the deep summer, the hotel rise, the back to school. Yeah.
Hey, I was very surprised at Separate, because I saw Separate at what 58, 50, and I test the market, and I scoop up 15,000 at 15.30, not 58.30, and I went back in the market, right, and I get another 20,000. When I 2 days after, when I see the pre-market, and I say, oh, that's for 79, I'm saying, what? Boss it to them, man.
So what you
Fully
so you think
boss it.
caused it? So wait, so you were surprised when it happened?
Well, yes, because I didn't check the numbers, but I didn't check the report. But I
The
knew
report
what
came out
I
after
know the type of company Separate is, and to
I
see
don't
it at a certain price line,
I don't think
I
it
that
was a
don't
happened, no.
think
sure buy.
I don't
I don't
think
think that
that's
work,
it. Yeah, I don't think that's it
No,
at
The,
all.
the,
I think
the
what
report
I would
came out
go to.
after the
I
rise.
think you always say time in the market is, or something to that effect, either time in the market or time on the market. But I
We probably never
understand the
heard us say that
prices.
ever.
Yeah, ever,
Repeat.
ever. It's a popular saying, but
We
no.
don't, we don't, we had what 1 week when we spoke about that and we're
Yeah,
discussing the quote. We're not
yeah.
very we're not the guys to quote things just random.
Yeah, not
Fair.
like that. Yeah, man, not like that. Separate, I think the rise that you're seeing is heavily influenced by the
By the
announcement of.
buyout by the Trinidad.
Correct.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know it was
Everybody.
by that. I saw the article. I didn't read fully
remember
into it, but
yeah
numbers.
the day it was announced it announced after the market lock and the very next morning gridlock on the queue, the price
Yeah.
flying.
But
Yeah.
before that, I had bought up separate heavy.
Yeah, that nice
That's
profit.
good.
Love
Yeah,
that.
you're
Very
ahead of the
nice.
curve.
Trust me.
Yeah.
What was your idea? You said you're surprised. So what was your thought when you bought it? Meaning,
No,
what were you looking to get?
I was. My intention was to earn because it normally hover between 58 to 61, 63 in some cases, 62. So I was like, okay, I can make a small percentage here or there. But when
But
I
no
see
set
the
goal.
acquisition, repeat,
No set
That goal.
goal. What's a small
No set
percentage?
goal.
Yeah, what's a small
Just any
percentage here or there?
probably one 10%, 9%, somewhere there about.
You
Because
know,
the
so
and not really small, you know.
and
And not really
that
small
no
for you.
sound real either.
Especially thing there. Right name again. You're buying at what 58, 10% on that is 63. What a jump.
63. So you sell then.
mm,
And that's 63 without thing there, without fee. That's 10% without fees. You know, so the real fees and that's a 15% move basically.
Yeah. So you sell then. You've
So
sold.
66, 67. Yeah, so yeah, money
I
jump
saw
out.
I
You
sold
get
some.
what you're
No, I
supposed to
did.
get.
I sold some, since the move. I took out back basically what I put in, and bought something else today.
Okay. So
But
you sold it where you
let's
Why
sold it
keep it?
today? You sold it
yeah, man,
today?
we take profit when we see profit, man. That's why we do this thing.
I love that.
So
I love
why
that.
you keep the rest?
Huh?
Why you keep the rest?
I love the company. I love what they're doing for
But
Jamaica.
we never
But
love it when you buy for 10%. 10% small profit. So tell me what I got. Tell me real life,
no,
man.
man,
You love the
some stock
company.
I day trade. So some stock you flip. You go in
Yeah, man, but you were going to flip separate and then this happened. So why stop? Why the flip stop? Why the flip only go halfway?
let's say them not realize all of the growth yet what we expect since the acquisition.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
That's so better to me. That's so better
Okay.
Yeah.
to me.
We
What is
still
the
have
growth?
some
What are you
more
talking
reserve.
about? The company or
What
the
kind of growth
stock
you expecting?
price?
With this acquisition, them you can easily probably go 9, even 100.
Run that, run that through. I like that. I like that we're on acquisition points. I really like that. We step from Mexico and went back at acquisition. So that's nice.
And then it's distribution. So
$146 per share. You think is possible currently?
146, maybe
Yeah,
that's
that's that
pushing
that,
it.
that
You
that'd
said
be
nine,
doubling.
no, it's
140.
92,
no,
maybe 100, maybe not
no,
$100.
$100, 100%, $100.
Yeah, man,
No man.
$100.
Oh.
Okay,
Okay.
okay. On
The
Okay.
what?
stock price, man.
Stock price.
Yeah.
What we think? What we think be the reasons that people push it there?
Good
You said you mentioned
performance.
distribution.
Repeat.
You mentioned distribution. I asked you before. What about it exactly?
What about distribution? Oh
No,
no,
you
I'm
say
saying
yeah,
separate. They're in
yeah, man.
distribution.
So what
The
about it?
company itself.
Yeah, man. I know that. You're telling us.
Yeah, what was the question? Probably I didn't hear
No,
it.
no. You mentioned it's in distribution, so I was wondering why you said that exactly. What was the point
Oh,
around?
because I
That was
was
a deeper
speaking
point.
about with Cinco earlier and the fact that both companies play, in a similar market to a certain extent where they both distribute locally.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And separate is
Gotcha.
more than local. I think separate also
Indeed.
Oh, the
exports.
original. Okay.
Yeah,
Yes,
they do
Exports.
thing
yes,
there.
they definitely export.
Yep.
I know with that new purchase, well,
Definitely it's not
yeah,
local at all.
That local
yeah,
at all.
yeah. That's
Regional.
definitely
Clear.
definitely one of the requisitions. Massive company. But yeah, I'm sure we'll touch that one again with one of the other callers. Big up again. Who's try.
Yeah, man, big
My
up.
respect, people.
All right, cool.
Win this to make Jamaica proud.
That is true, but your pocket first.
Facts.
Ja-
Sure.
Jam-
What you think
Jamaica will be
yourself?
very
We take
Jamaica
profits.
will be very proud.
Yeah,
We
Jamaica
want
is
people to make profits.
Jamaicans. Jamaica is
Exactly.
Jamaicans. So make the money first. All right, big up. Um, I don't remember who it was that's next. I want to say it was King Scott.
Good evening, everybody. How we doing?
Evening, what's up?
Good in man. I just I logged on to My Money JA just a while ago, and I happened to see something that really caught my eye,
Yeah,
and it is fast rich results.
yeah, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
I
How they
was
look for
lovely,
you? How
man.
they
Yeah.
look to you?
Yo, it's lovely, man, because like, where are they right now? I actually get it from them. So revenues up 64%, gross profit up 94%, and net profit is up 314% compared to the previous quarter. Or if I understand, so they basically did the entirety of the 9 months of last year. Well, not really exactly, but like they did 158 in net profit this quarter versus like 178 over the full 9 months of 2021 in total, and it's maddening. Like it's beautiful to look at.
Where
Absolutely
it come
beautiful.
from?
Huh?
Where all this come from?
Where my analysis came from,
No, where the money come from? All this
or the
money.
money coming from. Let's see, right here. So the big, let me go through. See if I highlight it.
Expenses up, but nowhere near to the level of revenue.
Yeah. So
What
like
what
the
you think is causing that?
Hey, where all that revenue come
they
from?
had stated something not too long ago. Say it was increasing in the PVC sales. So they're selling a lot of the PVC to manufacturing, to to construction companies and things like that. So it's huge jump in revenue.
You sure that's why?
It's
Well,
great.
guess what? There's a lot of it coming together because they increased the flagship store. They're selling more out of there. They're selling the PVC, they're exporting it as well out to Barbados, as I mentioned earlier. Um, Repairing JPS transformers. So it's a lot of things coming together at once.
Boy, it's an interesting one for me fully.
Yeah. Oh, also
I,
there
I feel I
the
feel like there's a lot I need to run down because there was a point when boy I saw a lot coming from Fosterich and made some good money on it. And I
yeah.
truth be told, and the only thing that would lead me into expecting this of a report was everything else happening on the market, not the company. It's just what happening on the market around it saying, boy, something coming.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
Remember
know I made a
from the
tweet
Blue
about it.
Diamond days.
Yeah, I made
Right.
a tweet about it. I think you saw it too, didn't I?
Which one that?
When I say, yo, so I go watch
Penny
positive
pinch.
to this thing every day. So I was watching it day over day over day, and it was like it was bouncing between like 15 to 18, 15 to 18, then up again.
Boy.
I just
You
kept
could have
running
buy
up and
you
up.
could have buy 15 and 18 with the 31 30 the $30 price then no.
Right?
Yeah, right.
In
So I didn't.
cash.
So like I saw it happening over and over, but I never really started running into it until by the time I reached for like 18 to 20, 20 to 22, 20 to 24. I was like, okay, cool.
Boy,
So
truth
it's
is I
just,
stayed out.
what's that?
I stayed out.
Stayed
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
To my own detriment. Boy, I miss some great gain from that.
Yeah, same. Um, what we're looking at the starter match in a February starter match, $14, and it's currently at $31. That's over 100% gain.
Trunk. Jesus.
Jaja.
Yo, madness right there, man. Like I saw it and I was like, yo, is this really happening? Cause I saw it happen from the start of the year. Like it started the year at like what? It started the year at like, we're looking at
124%. It started the year at $9.05.
$9.
Jesus. That's almost triple. Double.
Yeah,
Yeah,
No, almost.
not no more than
150.
triple. Well,
more than.
31. What price is it? No,
the
31 is it?
price has more than triple, but the profit on it would be 247% as of today.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is
Ah,
not
yes,
a light thing.
that.
That is not a light thing at all.
Yo,
Yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah,
really crazy, man. Uh,
yeah.
and then so in addition to growing business significantly, right, tripling the profit in a one quarter, almost doing 9 months out of the full year. And then the
Jesus.
business lines keep expanding. Like, oh, I forgot to mention they're also the regional distributor for Huawei. solar panels for the whole region. So like, okay. In addition to that, so that's performance within the company. And then I'm talking about doing raises like all the rights issue this year. So the
Now
profit
that's
activity
a
as well.
that's a touchy one. So that's a very interesting one. And it's one of the ones that I don't think we've spoken about yet. Then because well, my stance on this rights issue versus APO thing is I think that's a well documented at this point. But Fast Rich, look at them, can't them try quote the game, cause is it a rights issue? Is it a APO?
It's an APO.
Yeah,
Every which way you turn is like we can't actually figure it out, right? It's
Yeah.
yeah,
almost like I
That's
don't know
why, you know.
if it's why they actually have intention to do something across the board, or them say, oh, they bring it up on Twitter, they talk about rights issue. So you have
but
an APO, but make it pretty to a rights issue. Make it look like a rights issue
yeah.
until until the last minute.
Exactly. I really don't like that
Uh,
style, to be very honest.
because suppose them say APO outright, and then people get up and them not care, the price start fall, and then the price of APO low and all these nice things.
Yeah. And all I'm gonna say is we said or, you know.
Huh?
And all they're going to say is we always said or, you know, we never promised
Oh,
for that.
definitely. Yeah, no, I think I'm not. Nothing is wrong with the company doing. There's nothing. Do what you're doing. That's fine. I'm not saying I'm not saying they're doing anything wrong. Far from it. In fact, I can see ways I can pull this off in a nice way that works out well for me, and I'm happy. It could work out for somebody else, and you get an APO, and then I don't participate, but everybody else happy and nice with them losses. But end of the day, you did the way you did it for. So if an APO come out and if it magically look good and sure, then I'll be there. If it looks like typical, then I won't, and somebody else will, and that's fine.
I'm
I
one.
just don't really like the fact that I can't tell from jump personally
Well,
which direction I'm going.
well, here it go now. You know, is them say like in the sake of, for the sake of safety, they remove the preemptive rights. So
So you're taking APO
once
steps right there.
yeah, once you've removed the preemptive rights, you're free to do whatever. No, they could if they
No
choose do
anything.
the rights issue.
Yep.
All right, they
Still.
could if they choose to do the rights issue still, and even and follow it up if they want. But I mean,
Or you could do a thing there.
I like how interesting it is. So you got non-dilutive
Same.
and then you dilute.
Or you go thing there, and again, you pull everything into an APO that operates like a renounceable rights issue. So was anybody that people will outside or subscribe for the what left.
So you do like
And
the Trini version of an
since
APO.
yeah, and since no thing there, since you remove the preemptive from jump, there is no need for renouncing. It's just that's how you go.
Oh, okay. So it's just the pools then. So you reserve
Everything reserved based on based on your shareholding, and then you go forward. And anything that is what left, then that goes to the public. If you really want a piece of the company, you buy into the company, and then you apply for your reserve share on what on according. If you carry that and you say, boy, maybe work out better for me to put all my money and just collect the what left, then do that. Maybe something like that.
you could go renounceable though.
Well, yeah, they could structure that.
You could go renounceable.
In my head, it could be renounceable from jump, don't it?
Yeah, and just have it that, you know, if you don't take it, it would go to the public naturally, right? Or to whoever they
The
want.
question, yes, because it can that be in the structure. That's interesting.
Yeah, but just the removal of the preemptive rights to me means that
APO.
we're at the mercy of them. Yeah, APO, right?
Yeah.
Then comes the next concern. Then, if you're talking APO, keep on, Sir Teflon, I keep on getting feedback from you.
Yeah.
Hold on, yeah. So just the idea of APO then brings up some interesting points. Like, I mean, how much room does Fast Rich have to raise?
Yep.
Right? Is it
Not
worth
much.
Yeah, like I don't think they're doing an APO for the couple $100 million that them have that they have left.
The share capital is like what?
It almost about the 500.
How much are they
Maybe them
raising the
jump on the main
prospectus?
market.
Ooh, I don't know, boy. I mean,
We're kind of late though, and the split already in place for July 6th.
Yeah.
so here's the thing: if they jump to the main market, like if you're just talking straight value, that is saying that we expect to
We don't
make
care.
so much money that we are willing to give
Give
up the
up
half
the
tax
tax.
break, because
Yeah.
they've gone 1 year of the 5 years now, I think, of no
Mm-hmm.
tax. So
Yeah.
instead of paying half tax, we're willing to go to the full tax.
Mm-hmm.
But
Probably making
let's
so much.
yeah, wow.
So that's
Like it's
strong
worth
skills.
raising it in order to like it, I could see that as a bit from a business perspective. Yo,
Mm-hmm.
for me to get this line of business, and they're talking about the heavy line of business, especially with the transformers from JPS and for the region, like it sounds from the things I've read, from the things I've heard, from the company management, that they are serious about that line of business. But for them to jump to the main market would say to me that I could see an entrepreneur doing that, saying, listen, I want this business so bad that I have to think longer than the next 5 years, right? This business will serve me for the next 15, 20 years, and I can make billions from it. So I'm willing to give up the half tax for it. That would be interesting. That would be very, very interesting. And then I think maybe the jump to main, the rights before, if they do a rights before, or if they just go APO after going to main, it could be a very interesting thing. I don't want to see if the usual APO effect happens.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's funny because there is, especially with the, well, I don't know the level already, but there is ways the way I see it, there must be a way around, that issue coming up. There It can be structured in a way that it's attractive to the point where the usual APO problem thing, or maybe wait longer than now, maybe wait it out. I don't know, but
Yeah.
not necessarily. Maybe the company is going to wait that out, and again, the share price and the company different thing that, right?
Yeah. Unless the gain that you expect to make from the business that you might get is
Mm-hmm.
so huge that you think that it
That
will
is my point of
cause.
view. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but do you understand how? If you understand the true impact of the APO on the regular person's psyche,
Is not just thing that it's not just it's a lot of why the APO don't move. As much as we talk about dilution or whatever for like a detail, at the
yeah,
end of the day,
yeah, it's not the
it's not the
dilution why it
only
don't
it's
move,
not
you know.
dilution alone.
Yeah, it's
And
really not the
for many,
dilution
for
why it don't
most
move.
people, I don't think it is dilution at all.
Yeah, it's the regular human being. I see this huge profit. If the share price spikes, the share price can only spike along a certain line, a certain way. Like I'm almost tired of talking about APOs now, but it's a
Oh no,
deeper
I'm very
APO
tired of
point.
talking.
Yeah, it's a deeper, sensible APO point that if you understand truly what moves the market and how it moves and the steps along which the market moves, you understand that even if you have strong profit, it's unlikely to cause a share price to move, because in the APO you would have encouraged so much. You'd have encouraged a new floor and a new ceiling.
Everybody
But
that bought in the
yeah,
APO price.
yeah, unless you have some demand pullers
Outside of that,
right after,
you have to
yeah.
say, boy, somebody else have to get up now and say, oh, I either want more than what I got in APO and I'm willing to buy it on the market, or boy, I missed the APO, but that's a damn good price I see on the market,
Yeah, or I
and I'm willing
plan
to
to
buy
buy
it
it.
above that price
Yeah,
too.
exactly. And continuously and heavily on the market. Yeah, that's like the Barita move. That would be like a Barita level
Yes.
move. Yeah, so you're bringing the Trinis afterwards to soak up the immediate demand, and then or you bring in the employee plan to soak up the shares to keep the price up. It's interesting
Plus,
to me.
you mentioned thing then. Sorry, Teflon. Sorry, Teflon.
Yeah,
I already know your name already, boss. But you
No, go
mentioned
ahead. Go ahead.
that the transformer repairs as something contributing to the large revenue increase. How is that actually going? Because
Oh well. All right.
Blue
So
Emerald still disappeared,
yeah,
and
yeah.
them still not talking about transformer repair as of two reports ago, something like that. And hey,
There's even
facility
see how the
just yet.
contract set up to how much they're actually pay per year.
So
So
are they
you
actually
just can't
repairing?
find out.
the last I hear from it, I think it sounded like they are actually doing it. They actually started, but is it actually Phosphorus that's making that money, or Blue Emerald, which doesn't seem to be a part of Phosphorus? The last, all the innovation about the Blue Emerald. Man. So what's going on
Or
there?
maybe that's a separate, maybe you push it as a separate entity. And I mean, if you have SEZ approval, maybe you get a tax break there and you're willing to keep a profit. Yo, there's so much, it's so interesting what can, it's not, it's a more nuanced point, but it's so interesting what can happen if you go that route. It might be enough to, yeah, screw the tax break here, we'll eat
Yeah,
back the tax
just that it's easy and operate that. Yeah,
off a NCI.
I'm looking at it right now. Yeah.
Anyway, you cut it
So
though.
they
I don't want
started
to lose it.
exporting to Barbados in December, but as it relates to the JPS thing, since they have a contract to repair approximately 2,000 transformers per year, and this article is from way back in a lot way back, because if this reference
Boy,
December,
I want time it
that's what it says.
launch.
Yeah.
I want time it launch now.
Yeah.
That one thing too.
Yeah.
Keep on here till we
Yeah.
start. I'm gonna say, well, we don't start 2 times now.
Yeah.
It's
Is this the business that they took over from JPS?
Yeah, because they used to just basically like import and replace them, but first we say, yo, so we can actually fix this video. I was like, all right, cool, and then get a contract for like 2,000 transformers per year. According to the article from January, anyway. But I'm looking for the one to actually confirm or deny if them actually kick it off yet.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna check. There's a recent article. I'll have to run back and look at it, but it sounded like they were saying, yeah, man, we start something. But they did mention the Hayes facility and it's already and whatever, which they said and they said it again here. Say the SEC so approved. We heard that one before. But then moving at the speed of government.
Yeah, you're moving you're moving either that or the other entities involved or the company's speed, right? Yeah, it might have been this article by Dashan Hendricks in the Observer. Very interesting article. I shared to the space as a I shared to the space, yeah, as a tweet with the hashtag Brick Talk. But yeah, it's a very, very, very telling. There are little dots all over this article. For me, though, as a retail investor, as good as this is, it says to me that the long term survivability of this company is extremely strong. But as a retail investor, depending on my timeline, I might want to know. I think the biggest question in front of me right now for my timeline is that an APO or is that a rights issue, right? I like that every time, however, that speak, Cecil Foster, he keeps saying and. They will get an opportunity to participate in a rights issue and additional public offering. Right? He's saying and. I find that very, very interesting. If you do the rights issue first, like I'm there for the rights issue, but my rule is very clear. APO or sell, rights issue or buy. If it's a rights issue, I'm buying. And these results on the back of news like this
Stuff
is
announcement and whatever. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I mean, the results were so strong that it literally bring the PE back down
from 70 odd to 20 odd.
Yeah, well,
20 odd, but far down.
Yeah, to 40 odd.
Far down.
49.5. Yeah.
Yeah. Jesus.
Right, in the first quarter. Now, if it's a repeatable performance in the first quarter, like there's no I don't want to repeat the points that Sir King Scott made, but 199 million in profit last year, 158 million in profit this quarter. Yeah, wow.
Jesus.
Yeah, so it could be a brand new company.
I see an article from March 2022 by Keller Ray Miles, and they were noting that the energy business grew by 150%. PVC manufacturing business grew by 45%, as being the primary drivers for growth last year. So if that is from last year and managed to kick it up so much this year,
what was the growth? What was the growth? Primary drivers for growth. it's an interest. You know, you said companies
Companies
talk.
like, yeah,
I said companies lie, CEOs lie, right? They say that it sounds
yeah.
exactly like what you want to hear, so you
I
decide that
know we
you've
moved from
heard what you
1 million
want
to
to
two
hear.
million in sales of our $900 million sales company.
Impacted
For that
heavily by the
heavy.
new product that we want you to buy.
Go back to the
Yeah,
annual. Hold on.
yeah. Because where was the thing there? Where was the meat of the sales coming from generally? Where's the meat of them profit coming from? How was it impacted them? Because suppose it was enough that 20% growth on the biggest part is where the most of the money come from. We're telling us, boy, we grew most in this small segment of the business, and we talk it up.
All
Because
right.
as far as I know, PBC was making a bag of money for them one time, right? And the growth that we've seen for it is still not the biggest. Well,
I mean, it's
maybe a
significant, you know,
couple
because
quarters ago.
yeah, I mean, it's significant, you know, because they never had it. Well, them really stepping it up now, and construction is continuing to ongoing as well as exporting more. So I can say that,
Mm-hmm.
all right, cool. More and more work is being done, and then if you really go into latest reports,
But I
I
don't know.
think we
Exports is a big deal for me, to be honest. Still saying that. I don't know. Exports for PVC is a bigger deal just yet.
see this Q1 margin.
Because the last him say was again one container again, and it was sending down. It'd be one container go Barbados.
Yeah. You want to be able to identify the real source of the growth.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
what I will say is, if I go to the cash flow for the latest report, there is all right.
Mm-hmm.
So
That will
big
show you the
num
real source of the growth. Let's see.
no, but what is an interesting indicator to me is how the is the increase in inventories from spending 28 mil in March 2021 to what is positive 298 mil in this quarter.
But they spoke
So
about it, didn't they? In the thing there, in the MD&A.
let's see. So
Yeah,
oh
man, they did. I'm certain they did.
yeah. Okay.
Inventories. Continue to closely manage inventory, blah, 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 blah. Overstocking, stockhouse, whatever. But monitoring that, where is it?
It's right here. I mean, people watching should see it on
Yeah, let's
screen.
read the
Yeah,
whole thing. Yeah,
yeah.
that.
Monitoring is both at individual product level and product categories. The runoff of inventories reflected in Q1 is largely a
Q1.
function of the timing of new
Timing of new
shipments.
shipments.
Yeah. No, I'm not going
Yeah.
to say that it doesn't mean that there isn't also a lot of maybe raw materials
Mm-hmm.
or new inventories for the new lines of business, right? But that you see that's where you need the insight that you might not be able to pick up from just a light MD&A like this and the actual number just in the cash flow. But it's a dot, it's a flag, it's a sign that something has changed. And I'm sure looking back, maybe at the end of the year and you're looking at the audited results, then it will be like, oh, we should have seen that. That was what that early sign was, right?
But
Yeah.
Justin, what was the inventory point? Because
Oh, so
it's a positive charge. This.
yes. More inventories and
That's
as
money in. No, man, that's not money spent on inventories.
oh oops. My
That's
what
cash back in.
what I was going to relate it back to what I actually did say in M&A that the
Mm-hmm.
increases were attributed to the increase in sales so that to say that
The
they're
inventory is
definitely
down.
stocking up. They're definitely stocking up because they expect to come to get the turnover from it. So because if they say the increase is coming from this product line, then I expect it could yeah expect if the increase is coming from the product line, they have the ability to and they're confident enough to stock up this much and expect to be able to push it out, right?
I'm sure. Yeah. Well, I trust that they're on top of the inventories, and I think, like I said, I think the inventory line movement, in addition to what they've said, is indicative of them touching new business lines and prepping for new business lines. And like you hear them say, most importantly, the timing of shipments.
Right.
Yeah.
Things are gone, brother. Things are gone.
Yeah.
No, things are gone. Wow.
Yeah.
No, dude.
It's a stellar performance.
Anyway, you put it. All right, so Justin. So first, which was your big
Yeah.
big
Down
one of
three
the
from there.
evening. All right, let me jump then over to London 45-12. I have that right?
They're more manners than
Then I why people keep on thinking that I'm you and you're me.
This is style, you know.
Ah boy. All right,
no.
Sir London, what go on?
There you know, my general. You know what me want to talk about. What me want to talk about tonight.
what's
What
that?
that?
Spiritually, spiritually, spiritually. Me want to talk about. I know,
Word.
and you know what?
You know, I'm go up on your page and I see the first tweet on your page. I'm
Where
not
did that
dead.
10 million that come from? What that? No. You tell me. What is that? What
What that?
is that?
What is what?
What that exactly?
That 10.
The
No,
10
no,
million.
no. What is that 10 million they sell order? What is that? Bro, I don't know what is that from. I don't know what is that, brother. That's idleness. That's not my stuff, you know, my from.
The
Them a
man
mash up my
hurt.
company. No, brother, man. Me have to come out and convent, brother, because I know say, yo, brick talk a big thing. They sell a must dep on this other listen out, and I tell say, oh, a
Or the
waste
seller's
man thing that.
employee?
They're not gonna change. They think
Yeah.
they're gonna change their mind. This might be the reaction they want to have, you know.
Huh?
This might be the reaction they want it to have. Suppose they get vexed and go sell now. And
No, man. No, watch you know. Them a test my faith, you know, but watch you know, I tell you, I'm old firm in my company, I'm from old firm because I'm my company. But me I tell you, the money come in, they want come sabotage the thing, brother. They want come right now, you know, me if I run down Fesco, you know, Fesco, if I look behind them back right now for spiritual, you know. The man then come shake up my team, brother. Shake up my company, brother. I'm not for hurt, brother. Cause my company, that brother, so I'm not for come talk, my family. I have to come talk. I have to
Oh
come
God,
talk.
man. You just hustle up the 33 million and buy it, man.
buy it
You
up.
might not get a chance to get that many
Can
units
hear the
again, you know.
passion for your company. Gardens
Yes.
will big up.
Who was that? Yeah, don't do that, Ostroy. Don't do that. Please don't do that. Don't do that. Please don't do that.
No, but
Don't
what
do
you know,
that.
no, me want to ask you because remember, you know, when I king and I think, brother, so I want to ask you a question, brother.
Mm-hmm.
If
You're not you're chipping.
it's
I'm not
all of
hearing you.
that, when I call per month.
You're
Oh,
chipping
you hear
out.
me? You hear
You're
me?
chipping out. You're chipping
I'm
out,
not hearing
man.
you. I'm not
Hold
hearing
on,
you.
hold on. I'm dropping out of the airport. Yeah, you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Me I say, yo, if you have 10 mil shares to sell, why not just call up a man and just say, yo, run off that for me? Why you have to come for the market and I sell 10 mil shares?
Why
You
you
tell
Well,
me.
complain?
Maybe me not under. Well,
so
me no man, me a complain, my fam. Me a complain, fam, cause them a hold on my price, brother.
All right, think about this. Where do you plan to sell?
No, watch out, me plan to sell, no, but me plan to sell at a price that in a man, nowhere near you, sir.
What
Nowhere
price?
near you, sir. But hear me, say, no,
No. We're
right
going
now,
through it together. We're
right,
going through it together. What price?
no, repeat, never get that. Repeat.
which
What
price you
price?
sell for?
What price you want to sell at?
Oh, right now, to be honest, more sell at $10, $11.
Word. And when you want to sell at 10? Which one? 10 or 11?
11 by summer, by June.
11 by June. All
Yeah.
right. So you have
Not
what? Yeah,
if
June what? The
possible.
start of June or the end of June?
No man, by in a summertime, like the middle of June, cause June 21st, like in them time, summertime.
All right, June
Uh,
21st. You wanted at 11 by then. All right. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and
so
so you
wait then.
think this
So
is stopping it?
175% profit not good enough for you?
Say again?
Is 175% profit on something you buy good?
No man, me I tell you, say, more. let me tell you, much more than the matter in a spiritual,
Yeah,
much more
man.
than become
But me I
yo.
say, actually I say, if you were to buy
Mm,
spur tree at $4, would you be and say it at $11, would you be upset?
hold on, no, no, for my thing, repeat, cause you break
If
up.
you were
Yes,
to
sir.
buy spur tree at $4 and say it at
Right.
$11 by June, probably would that be good for you?
Alright, yeah.
So why you complaining?
Alright,
This person I don't
alright.
think get less than $4.
No,
If you
alright,
actually believe you're going back to 11 by June,
alright. But you know what I want to say because
No man, answer that
even we
question, man. Cause
answer the question,
there's
man.
a real gem in that question, you know. There's a real gem in what Dana
alright,
is saying.
yeah, alright. You see if I buy alright, you say I buy up for $4 and sell that you say
$11. The $11 that you think it's going to in June.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, over 100%. Yeah, that's fine. That's good.
So
That's
why
good.
they complain?
But so but don't no alright, you see me here now, but don't stack up on the units them mama already. Cause enough units married there already. Enough units
Okay.
have my other capital they
I say
right now.
June, in a June, you have to
Then
call that thing, you have to call a man and say, sort out this, you can't go sell it on the market.
no, I'm not watching no free no if you drive me and say oh that if you drive me for go do that to my fam. I swear. If you drive me for go watch no. To me, alright, you see what they are piss me off the
Chip
bro
out
fast.
again.
Then 25. Then man have it a 450. Then man have a $4. Then $3. Then come on, man. Yeah, yo, the man just
Hear
man
me
or
say.
woman. I don't know, man or
Hear
woman.
me say. Hear me say. You think this will last? How long you think it will last? How long you think these units can take before they get sold?
Yo, the 8 million. Alright, to me right now, spur tree stuff. I think 8 million left here. 8 million and change. To
Correct.
clear off that right now, boy. Yeah, to clear off
33
that right now.
without fees. It would cost 676,166.86 cents. Big up my
Yeah,
money JA for that. Yeah. So
yeah.
it would cost that. You'd get 8.4 million units. Why
But
not
to
take a
clear off
loan?
that right now,
If you really believe say it go $10 in June, why not take a loan, buy it up? Because June is a couple of weeks from now.
Mm-hmm.
This might you're
alright, watch it
complaining
now.
about your blessing. You realize that that's what you're
Alright.
doing? You realize that you're complaining about your blessing? Let me show you an
No.
example. I bought some SVL last week. I bought some SVL last week. Not last week actually, a couple weeks. How long now? I bought
Why
some
am I getting
SVL.
this breaking up for both of you? I
I'm
think
not
my internet
sure.
stuttering.
I'm not sure. You know,
No, yeah,
people. Yeah, I hearing you clearly. But listen to this for a second. I bought some SVL last week for like 30. I want to say 32. 32 after fees, it looked like 33. It looked like 32.86 after fees, right? And this is with the heavy Q1 results, the obvious scratchers impact, the big dividend being paid, 34.01 cents. Literally, people now have hand for sale scratchers. And I don't know if I said it on this. I know I've been saying it in the group, and I've said it. I've said it in the group, and I've said it privately to people. But I have not seen anybody post one scratchers ticket. Every single person that talk about scratchers and show a ticket is 3 or 4 or 50 or a bag, or you buy off the box and then I come and buy the next box. I don't see nobody posting one. Like, that's an obvious impact, and the company itself obviously turning money and setting himself up along multiple lines. And I buy it, and as you see, 32, like I said, and look at where it dropped come. When it was down here, it's at 27. A few
I
days
was
later,
buying.
you think say a ball, me there ball?
Buying is believing.
Yeah, man. If I was
You know,
confident enough to buy it at 32 because I expect what I expect from it for the time to come, right? How much more confident do you think I am that a few days later you can get it again at a what 20 odd percent discount?
Ready up.
um, what Randy, look on this now. You see with this pear tree, not another. You see when the drop of the tree, I stock up for some more. Yes, I stock up for some more. But right now, I already have. Trust me, I have.
Enough?
Enough. You
But
never heard that one there
I
before.
think no,
Uh,
no, no.
uh,
To me. I have a
sorry.
lot of you. I'm satisfied. I'm satisfied with the amount of units I have right now.
Word. So
It's
you
good.
say you have
Never had.
enough to make enough money. You make enough money.
Yeah, I'm still into green with Spurtree, but as one man say, like,
No,
all
man.
right,
Understand what I'm saying.
So
I
it's
think about this. Think about this. If
yes,
Spur Tree flies to $10
it
over the next 6 weeks, would you be happy not having more Spur Tree units that you bought
at 4
at
and
four
3.
$4?
You
no,
you
but
happy?
I say,
You happy?
when
You
I
happy? And
right, no, hold on, hold on, talk again, man. You don't know
I'm
what
saying
you
if
said.
you would you be happy? You know, say if you have some money put up now, and then 6 weeks from now,
Right.
you never use the money on spread tree reach the 11. Would you get up and look on the money in your pocket you never spend on spread tree and say that was a good decision? Or would you be happy about that?
No, no,
So
no, I wouldn't,
that's I
but
don't
no,
understand the
but
enough. Boy, it's a rich
Yeah,
start, that, you know.
if yeah, man. If you actually, I think,
I
but
don't
let me
have
tell
any
you,
more capital right now to put in
Say that.
Spurtree right now.
Say that. But no,
Yeah,
it's not, there's no shame in the game because me already tell people we broke every single day.
yeah, man.
We
It's
just not have
annoying your
enough
fret.
money.
It's annoying your fret. Think about this though. Let me ask you about honesty with self. Watch this. What's the next stock you have that you have a lot of?
yes. Medical disposables and supplies.
MDS. So
Yeah.
where you expect MDS to go?
To be honest, I expect MDS to go to $12,
When
$12. When?
$12.13 by maybe.
are you hearing him, Randy?
Them a chop your line every time you start talk.
Which
$12 or $13 by when?
Oh, sorry. Are you hearing me now?
Yeah, man.
yeah.
$12 or $13 by
Yeah,
when?
by July or so. July or
Yeah.
All right, so
August.
But watch me. The rise from $4 to $11 is bigger than the rise from 690.
and I think you're going to have a shorter time too.
I think it's on a short time.
Because
So if
2
you
days after
really
July.
yes, if you really believe that, sell your MDS and throw it in the spur tree, and be glad say I get it at $4. If
Yeah.
you really believe what you
All
say.
right, all right. You see. All right, you see if I say all
Yeah,
right.
man. Let me tell you, buying is believing.
Believe
It's easy for talk. It's another thing for actually act like what you
And I
actually
mean,
say.
it's fine if you get up and say, boy, I need the money by August. And boy, I don't really. I'm not so. I understand there's a possibility that boy, Spur Tree not going to 11. So I put the money in MDS, whatever. If you said that, but you looking at units at $4, not and in MDS for 12 or whatever. In my mind, if you have that level of conviction for the $11, you should definitely be behind it more. Especially if you're looking at fast reach. Then again, MDS versus Spur Tree. So why spend the money?
Yeah, it's a
Price right
different.
now. It's four. No, my average price for MDS right now. Right now is what 490,
Yeah, man. So
four
yeah, man.
ninety
So
one.
this is still a question. Why split the money? And
Yeah.
we're not asking. We're not giving you the answer. We're actually asking. You can have valid reasons or reasons that boy you have a reason that you're out, so you're not putting more money there.
All right.
But just answer why.
All right. You see, the reason why if Spurtree Alright, for example, suppose my prediction wrong with poetry.
Ha.
Suppose my prediction wrong with no, don't get no. You must say,
But think
no,
you say you
the
believe in your
report,
company, brother.
no, the report come down for
But think you say you
the
believe in your
report come down for
company.
poetry, you know.
Your
No,
conviction sound different, you know.
no.
The different talk you
Oh
make,
No,
the
my
boss.
believe in my
God.
company. No.
You know
I
what?
believe in my company yesterday. I
Uh-huh.
believe. But hear myself. I believe in the MDS, but as what I say, I get your point. Say, why I do just put into poetry. I get what you're trying to say right now. But I don't know. But there's something just the back of your mind. I don't know how to explain it right now, but there's something at the back of my mind.
So
Just say,
so you hedge your
just have
bets.
them two giants.
Yeah, you
Just
hedge
have
your
them two
bets.
giants.
Yeah. I tell you say if you buy
I don't
the,
know.
I tell you say in your shoes, I can't tell you to buy. I mean, I almost slip. That's Dana's job. But I'll tell you something that I'm gonna do. I've held off from doing this, and boy, me and the market has not been. We haven't been very friendly now because everybody have excitement while I'm still in the planning stages, right? But let's
Yeah.
let's add salt to the wounds. Then I don't know if that would hurt it too. I'll say some things around spiritual I've never said. All right, tell me what you like about spiritual.
In terms of spiritual, I know what the profitability because I bought it at IPO and I
Mm-hmm.
say and this company been doing acquisitions even before them drop on the market. And me I say say like
When it's a profitability, what do you mean? The money
company I
you
bought
make?
them and do kind of
Is that what you
no
said?
the
Oh.
company myself.
All right,
No, the
cool.
company, man. No, the company.
Mm.
Me I say say spiritual make some good do all you are going because before let me tell you this, to be honest, before the IPO, I didn't
Mm-hmm.
even know what was spiritual. I didn't know what was spiritual. I don't even know what.
That's all right. That's all right.
But
There's
when
a
the
prospectus.
IPO,
You can learn and invest. And you did it right. And you make good money doing it, right? So,
yeah, exactly. When the prospectus drop on me, I say, I take a look in the company because it's a virgin show me up and ask me if spiritual is a good company thing. This and say, what that? That must say to you, what that? I don't know what that.
so
Yeah.
let us know.
And alright. Him send me a link. I say, reach it. Me kinda never like when I see them reach you lick and them just put it back and then like next day just go through it. The whole them go through it and I say, say a company can turn a monster. And I say even me I say, say the company have one a good potential. And I say, they make acquisitions. I think what the exotic things, exotic them
Exotic, correct.
somewhere in the
They bought exotic,
yeah, they
the
make
Acqui factory in St. Thomas, correct.
yeah. And I say, say the little something I go on, the little company I do
Now,
them
I
thing.
could go deeper than
And
that, man, because I'm well nerd. I'm not in the streets like that, so you have to break it down for me. When you say it go
yeah,
on,
man.
why would that
But
matter?
no, in terms of making money and making moves, you get me? Because
Moves like,
no,
you talk real life, no, man. Real life. Move like what? I don't
no
get
man, the acquisitions get to me. I don't matter. I don't really,
So,
you
the,
know,
the
so
one
that
acquisition. So what
really.
about it? What you expect from exotic?
No. Because no, what I was trying to say because I at first thought spiritual was a small company and in some
It
place,
is.
isn't it?
they
I mean,
are. They
say,
are a small
yeah.
company.
I mean, say, them a make enough do already to make.
Enough.
Boy, I don't know why keep put a stop on the money in the boss.
Yeah.
No. Not to interpret the way, but I say them a make do, them a make amount, them make the amount of do for make acquisitions already. You get me? Them a make
Well,
a good amount of cheddar already.
them kind of did borrow some of the money, but yeah.
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 I mean, yeah, they
See,
did. That was
I
part
mean, it's
of the.
true. I mean,
That was part of
if
the payback.
you can borrow money, you're making enough money, right? So you're right.
No,
So,
but no, no, but no, but look on this, huh?
oh
I
wait,
mean, I
hold
say,
on.
oh, you know, sir.
Understand that me saying that they borrowed some money is not a bad thing, you know. At this level,
At all.
we're beyond that. Debt is not a bad
They
thing.
should be borrowed money.
Yeah,
They should be
yeah.
borrowed money to buy
No,
things.
no, 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 about that. I tell you, say, yo, like, why I fall in love with it, and I say, yo, I say, them apart. I think Grace Kennedy investment was what the main broker, right? It was Grace
GK
Kennedy,
GK
GK
investment.
GK
Capital
investment.
brought them
Yeah,
to
Capital
market,
market.
correct?
Capital. GK Capital.
Yeah, and I think also either arranged or actually lent them the money, which is why they were repaid in shares.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So that's why I said
Some
that they
say,
bought they borrowed the money to buy it.
yeah. So, some of them, I say, you know, say maybe in the future, you know, say Spurtree and GK can like do something big, like something powerful. Because
All right, now we're
GK and
talking.
Mike,
No, we're talking. Like what? I deliberately trying to carry you along a line here, you know. Like what?
yeah, yeah, man, I listen for, I listen for.
No man, I want you to tell me like what? You said maybe GK and them can do something big.
Yeah, no, man. So like a partnership or so you know like
Boy, more
or
here, but more here,
two
but
branches.
your connection really, really bad, boy.
Oh, hold on. Are you hear me now?
Yeah man, I'm hearing
I
you
don't know
sometime,
why.
you know.
Yeah, I don't know why. All right, Randy, you hear me?
Yeah man, I'm hearing you fine. All right, you're not. All right, if you're hearing me, I think your connection really, really bad. If you're hearing me, what I will do is I'll just tell you the
Yeah,
points
man.
that I had in mind around GK, right? And Spurtree. So GK, and like I said, I never said it publicly. I don't think I've said it publicly. GK obviously has a good link with them. All right. GK also funded the purchase of the exotic factory. They distribute heavily in the UK, Canada, Cayman, and the US. 90 odd percent of them sales come from overseas. So any increase in local sales is also an increase in is almost a new market for them because they're pretty much a overseas focused company, right? Now GK themselves, more than half of the revenue I believe comes from overseas, and I believe, I could be wrong, I believe GK has an Acqui line, right? Now, if GK has a strong stake in this company, and this company has acquired an Acqui factory, and what they have is canned Acqui, and canned Acqui itself is something that is heavily sold, you know, within the diaspora. So it would be the Jamaicans overseas that really are buying up canned Acqui. Not many Jamaicans, I think, in Jamaica are going to be buying canned Acqui. So the Jamaicans overseas would be buying canned Acqui, right? And GK has a heavy distribution presence across the diaspora, and they've been doing it for years. Now, if Exotic starts to white label the white label production for GK, so GK put some of the food production onto Exotic, that could lead to extreme profits for a company that is already profitable, and that's Exotic, right? The parent company for it now, Spurtree, would also benefit from that, right? In fact, where Spurtree distributes its products already, it literally can simply just anywhere overseas that buy jerk seasoning, Jamaican jerk seasoning, is also a place that the people that shop there will also buy canned Acqui. So it's like you have an automatic market already, right? And then you add to that,
Right.
GK coming in. If GK come in and white label them and also help them with their distribution. So you're helping them on the sales side because they're also white labeling and producing your products for you. And so it's like a win-win. It's a true set of synergies there. If you see that, looking at the fact that Spurtree itself was not a weak company from the start, it was extremely profitable going into this whole thing. I suspect then that maybe the very first set of results that are about to come out are going to be massive. And if you actually see that the way I see it, you would not then be looking on 4 million units or 8 million units in the queue at $4 as a bad thing. You'll be looking at it as a blessing You'd be looking at it as a fact that this person is making a mistake by allowing that many units to be left exposed where the right people can immediately buy it. What this is somebody saying that this is somebody playing. It's like them a play dandy shandy with the market, right? When I see this, what I see somebody assuming that there's nobody that can put them hands on $33 million and grab that stake immediately, and I can
For which
assure
one?
you, that if this is their Monday, and somebody have the 33 million and buy it immediately, I suspect, I don't know, I suspect that the person that was playing dandy shandy with the market, they're gonna get out
Double
immediately.
vex.
Yeah, man, vex. And you know when they'll be vex? May 15 when the first set of results come out. And if them don't vex,
Well, you
then
know
at
some
that
bad
level,
mind, Randy. My bad mind
Trouble.
still.
yeah.
I would. I'm sorry, boss. But I bad mind. I would really like if Spur 3 get the money in March. In March, end of February, March. So wait, no. Spur 3 this way. Them this way.
Spur 3
In
IPO,
January,
yeah, second week of January.
second week of January. My bad mind still. I would love if the Spur 3 maybe I'm getting this.
No, man, we're hearing you, don't I?
Somebody said something about fan blowing. I wonder if it's me.
Oh, no, I think
If it's
they're
still
they're
here, that
saying that
passes.
when London
Oh, so I'm now gonna
line,
tonight. Great.
yeah.
Yeah. So I would love if Spur 3's first quarter result, this result, if it's not really so nice.
Yeah,
And
I'd
I
love
love
that
that.
too. I'd love that too.
And I love that with that 4 million share order, because then that 8 million share order, because then that very likely you see a nice dip, and then who comes to save the day? Then I Hall. But it's a good likelihood this is a good result, to be honest.
Yeah, so for me, yeah,
Foot right on the gas this.
yeah.
In my mind, that $4 does not look bad to me.
Yeah, man. That's why that's why I'm asking London, what are you complaining about? Don't block your blessings, brother. Don't if you're trying to play the
Especially
big game, you have to play it with the big game sense. The big game don't involve the not that you shouldn't feel bad. Feelings are fine. As somebody tweets, say, we don't trade with emotions. That's
I like that.
that's a TV thing. We're human beings. The emotions matter.
Yeah.
But
Only what PP thing, I said it better.
yeah, but in real life, you feel the feelings and you move on. You look at it as an opportunity because this many units out there exposed. It's not at a level where it's not a, if it's even an all or none order, it is a gamble that somebody is making that there aren't people that can put their hands on 33.5 million and snatch it immediately. And I can tell you this, if this comes out of the queue, somebody now has 8.3 million, 8.4 million Spur 3 units, and there's not much in between the way now of $4 and 460. And there's a lot of things that can happen at that level up until May 15th. And after that point, on strong results, you said that you expect them to go to $10 by the end of June. May 15, June 15, you said the middle of June. May 15th to June 15th is 1 month. This $33 million all of 8.3 million might if it get to $8, that's 66 million. 100% profit somebody just made. Now, will they be able to sell it back that easily? I'd say maybe not, but obviously you see that there are people that have big money out there, and this is a gamble that somebody's making. So if you know the things that I know about Spur 3 and the possible things that are likely to happen, you wouldn't be
None of
complaining
that.
that this order is out there. I'm happy that this order
If
is out
if
there.
if him know the things, him know about Spur 3 with him $11 price in June. I don't see $4 as 175% in 6 weeks. Whew.
At $10, I'm saying that $10 minimum talk about, 150% on top of 33 million in a matter of weeks, and him a complain. That's like somebody that give the winning scratchers ticket and you complain, say, yeah, but you charge me double the price, but it's the winning ticket.
Bro, at the capital Minerva right now, that
You have it in an MDS,
Because it's
but
a
if you
good feeling
don't,
that you know when the money done.
yeah,
Because you can't even cost yourself later when you reach a $10 for say, here, well, say, I could have put more. You
yeah.
know you did as much as you could and it reached your actual price.
Yeah,
I
worse.
don't know the code.
Yeah, worse. You're not at profit with the MDS. Yeah, you're not at profit with the MDS, and you expect profit. You probably after this $4 order gone, the right results from Spur Tree may never see $4 per share again. Then you remember say did a
Yeah.
complaint say that somebody was offering 8.4 million units at $4.
It's a hell of a thing, when they say an IPO drop and it rise up. So everybody decides, say, yeah, man, it gone too far. It's too high now. We got I can get that $1 couple days ago, and I can get that $4, $3 now. You always see it in the market. And look, wait there. More I come. When the key finally turned, $4 might just be the godsend that you say, boy, you return around spit on.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, that's what we're there for learning, my phone.
And then
That's
I'll
what
look
we're
one
there
thing
for.
there. If you have this thought, and I've been hearing it, so I know other people definitely have this thought. People have cost of $4 out of the people who well expect it to be well beyond $4 saying, boy, that order. If everybody did pinch because them know say if I think $4 is thing there is too little for this man to be selling, it must be crazy. And everybody pinch piece. If everybody who felt that way bought a little bit, I wouldn't let it for them to do that.
Exactly.
There'll be no order very quickly.
Yep. There's more than enough market demand to scoop off 8.4 million units. Yeah. It's just that people thinking that the retail, you see, as the retail market expands, as the retail
everybody
market
decides that it speak.
No. Yeah, I was saying that as the retail market expands, it is going to be important for a segment of the retail market to get sharper. The same thing, if you're saying the same things everybody's saying, if you're doing the kumbaya, we're all agreeing, all of we gonna make the same results. I don't get up out of my bed to be like everybody else. If you do, nothing wrong with that. But there's a section of us, them say the Pareto principle, 80-20. The 20% have to show themselves. And then out of that 20%, there's another 20% of that 20 that have to be sharp. And that 20% right now is not complaining about somebody offering them a blessing now for the future. Everybody at the ground now, I say it all the time. One of the most important things to note, we don't buy stocks where they are now, but them where we expect them to be. I don't have any Spur Tree, so I'm not complaining that somebody's offering me at 4. Because based on what I have done, my analysis, I don't think this thing is going to be at 4. I don't think it'll be at 4 in a year or 2 years. And then I'll be very happy that I bought it at 4.
Yeah.
You have to switch your perspective sometimes. Most time you hear everybody are complaining, there's usually a win there. There's always notice it. Whenever everybody complaining, there's always somebody who quietly not complaining because they might benefit from it somehow.
But thing that again, I don't know. I can't remember the point I was pushing before, to be honest.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. You know the thing, but you understand better than most.
Yeah.
Thing that in people think that again. People say long term and they use it as the excuse. People are actually thinking long term. It's like a superpower, bro. Like you always say, well, if you're actually doing long term, the market's so much easier because if you can get up and say, I'm going to wait 2 years for Spur Tree, say, boy, in a year this $4 no really looks us. It's $40 no really looks like enough, right?
Yeah.
But you're waiting to wait 2 years. Imagine how long you can buy this order that's boy everybody running away from until somebody big come and take it up and you can pinch it every single time you have money.
The real blessing of the market is that it allows us, the smaller players, to eat food off the same plate that the bigger players eat. This thing cannot last.
You just gave me my point, actually.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's good. The thing, the name again, it's the idea. It's, like I said, if everybody pinch, piece, it has gone already, because I said before, the demand, if the real demand that thinks Spur Tree at $4 is too small, or actually buying, then boy, it's not done already, right? But everybody think that. I think it's a thing where everybody decides that they're not actually in the market. Then piggybacking. So boy, I'm buy a thing and then the market do its thing, and the market and the price fly up, and then I jump off of the train at that point. But in truth, here, if you're not buying, then you're not really helping the movement.
Yeah, man. Everybody want to turn the stock market in a scratchers.
Yeah.
The stock where you buy will win now, go win in a one line, go so constantly. Can't do that.
Exactly.
Sometimes something like this is a blessing. Trust me. Trust me.
Sometimes it now go win without you buy, because who are gonna buy it? You're the one person. You're the next person in line to take it out, to take up these units, so that order can look like that. And you don't want to do that. You want somebody else come do it for you. When you could have helped them. Suppose me have 30 million, I'm gonna say if I'm gonna buy the next 3 million, I'm gone with it.
In fact, you know what? We always talk to, I would say, the smaller side of the market, the retail side of the market. But I'm going to talk to the side of the market that we don't usually talk to. And I don't mean the big side of the market, the money side of the market. Here's a crazy idea I would do. So I have a house, and I don't know, it pay off or inherit it from somebody or whatever. And I'm telling people that I would certainly sell my house and buy stocks. But I would probably also, if I could get a $10 million mortgage, home loan, home equity loan, I take it and throw it in I take it and buy this immediately. Because in my view, this order here is going to grow so much over the next year that I will be able to sell pieces of it. Or if I want, maybe in a year, in 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, I'll probably be able to sell pieces of it and either pay off the original mortgage, the original loan, or you sell piece and make it sell a loan. And Spur3 as a company also, I suspect, just looking on the early numbers that we saw, I suspect they also have enough cash to be able to pay a dividend. And I think that this might be a company that does pay a dividend, because I think that the ownership is so split up, not just amongst employees, but like the driving forces in the company also own shares, that a dividend is something. That's why I say I love when companies care about the share prices. Lots of companies, most companies and company heads don't know about the share price or care about the share price. That's why they'll do things where if you care about the share price, it go against your wants and needs, because they don't give a damn about you really. They're thinking about their own value. Everybody thinks about their own value. That's how humans are. But this is a company, I believe, where there's enough value for a retail investor, and those values I suspect are shared by a lot of the driving forces within the company. And as a result, I think, yeah man, if I had that house and I could have taken a home equity mortgage, I'd have take it, fling the whole lot into this, and in a year I suspect I would be very, very, very happy. And of course I know that's crazy. My God, this guy on the internet was saying take a home loan and put in the stock market and all in one stock. That's crazy. I know. I'm not telling anybody to do that, but I certainly would do that. I would, easily. And the fact that somebody's playing brave with this sort of order, whew.
You're tired of me.
Yeah. So I don't want to eat off of the table too.
Well, again, it's funny. I've always had that thought when I hear people talking about the real estate market, and them in real estate, they bought up a house and they rent it and whatever. And then you know the situation, you know the reason how that works out for most people. And they're in stocks and they want some help towards it. In my mind, I'm like, yo, if you can afford that mortgage space, consider it, because that's something else you can put towards the market and get some out of it if you make the right investment. And then now your real estate play turned into a much better thing.
Yeah, I mean that's the only way. Yeah,
and you get your thing there, and you get your whatever gain you get from the money you pull out on the house.
Yeah, and the equity, the stock market equity that you buy turns enough to cover the cost for the actual real equity, real estate asset. Yeah, but that's a middle of the market, and that thing that we just spoke about is something that is achievable for a lot more people than they would realize. There are a lot of people who think they're poor and can't do anything, and think about the big people with money who are able to do what we just said, but they won't do it because there's the real barrier between the people that make money and the people that don't is not necessarily access to funds. It's the knowledge of the opportunity, the ability to actually estimate the opportunity, and 3, the guts to take the opportunity. Because the person this guy on the internet sounds nice. RT Hero, I don't know Wimby. It sounds great. But you see to click buy on it, that's a real bravery. You see the person who take that risk, the higher the risk, the higher the price for the risk. We got the girl people. Anyway, Sir London, I hope maybe you shift your perspective a little bit and you stop balling about somebody offering a little blessing to the rest of us who aren't in Spurtree, because I don't own even one Spurtree share.
And you
No,
talk,
no, 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 no,
enough
no,
people.
no, 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 yeah, yeah, no, no,
We're
no,
hearing you
yeah, no,
now.
no, if the connection good.
We're
But
hearing you now.
yeah, man, matters, yeah, yeah, no, matters, the reason why, as I said, the reason why I'm not complaining, because I say, you lack of capital, that's, million put on right now.
Boy, the
4
thing about that,
million, my drop all of that. My drop all of that in a spiritual right now. Tell me, I tell you, fam. Tell me, I tell you.
So you have a margin loan currently?
Come tell you, my company, eh?
You have a margin loan currently?
No, no,
So
no, 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 not currently.
so you can't actually margin your shares.
maybe you want to look into that. If that works, if that's something you're interested in, gain more capital.
Bro, that's what I'm not telling you. My young, I think I'm just 17. My young, I think I'm still a learner,
God
fam.
damn.
Still a
Yo, do
learner.
it. I love that.
Yeah, still a learner.
Yeah,
Bro,
definitely learn then.
we're there, brother. I tell you, so we're there for make the food out for the market, bro. We're there for make the
Which is right.
Love that. Love that. I
food.
love that. I love that. I love that. Yeah, the connection's still bad, but love that. I love say doing that. And I love that 17.
Brother,
God damn.
I wish.
God damn it. Wow. I
I'm
mean,
not do waste time at school. No meaning, I was actually wasting time at school at that age.
yeah.
Should I find the stock stick?
Yeah,
I'm good.
yeah, yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Oh, yeah, man, I tell you, let me tell you this, Charlie. It's without, let me tell you, my virgin introduced me to the whole stock game. Them time there.
Yo, your connection terrible, London.
Easy
You're
money to
what
make
do?
up fighting, but then time,
London, you're what
hold
gonna do?
on.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
cut
man,
you a
I
little
hear.
bit. Yeah, I'm gonna cut you a little bit. Here what? What maybe next week? Find somebody Wi-Fi, sit on beside her or something. You call back in and we talk. I will talk then. But like I want to hear what you're saying, but the connection are really, really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really rough connection. So I'm gonna make it come in next week when you get a stronger Wi-Fi connection and we can talk. But geez, then I mean, I love to hear that somebody young doing that.
Brother.
Yeah.
17.
Yeah, yeah. As long as he manage him risk and him keep educating himself. I mean, I tell him same should I come grow. I tell anybody else also, if you want to learn some of the things we're talking about, come to grow. Come to everymickle.com/GRWR. It is worth it to learn how to do what we talk about. Yeah, if you don't want to learn it, link Danai and he'll just tell you what to do. But there's some serious money out there to be made on the market. And poor people is not an excuse unless you're talking about your personal pocket. And if you're talking about your personal pocket, there may very well be options for you that you might not even have thought through. Like I say, if you have a house and you have like if I had a home, if I had a loan that was killing me, I have my mortgage that kill me, but I'm a pay off and there's some space in the mortgage between the value of the land and the thing, and them boy at the bank send me this home equity loan, and I take no more loan. Ooh, you might be blocking your own blessing because who knows? Well, the risk is yours. Talk to a licensed financial advisor or a licensed investment denier about how to handle a situation like that. But yeah, Spurtree. I said this thing that I've not said about it, and like I said, I don't own one share. So who knows? Maybe Monday I'll change my mind. Because this order has been jumping up and down from week. I hear people complaining about it from a long time. They're 450, now they're 380. I don't know. We should have pinch pieces off it
Brother.
from a long time.
I end up with 380. Take a nice bite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. As I say, it's Brick Talk. So send in a speaking request if you have anything you want to talk about. and we'll certainly approve and get going, and we really want to hear the conversation from you guys. So far it's been really good. So send in a speaking request, ask any question, anything that you have like that. I see a bunch of people on YouTube saying they like Spur 3 too, but everybody, let me say something. Stocks is like a hot girl. It's easy for liking, it's another thing for get it. Step out and step out and actually get the hot girl. Step out and actually spend that money.
Exactly.
Yeah,
In
man.
fact,
But
it's easier this time.
yeah, it is easier. It is easier because somebody is allowing a lot of units to be there. I mean, you do have to have the 33 million. Yeah. Yeah, because the next thing is I don't think that this order, win, lose or draw, somebody buy it or not, I don't think it's gonna last until the results. I suspect it's gonna just disappear. Yeah, it have the markers of you've been in the market long enough, you recognize some signatures, and that look like a signature that I've seen before, I suspect. Yeah. Anyway, that's an exciting thing. Anybody else have anything they want to ask about, send a speaking request, we'll approve it. I'm always saying that, and I realize that I don't always see the speaking request. So if you do send a speaking request, don't mind, we'll see it, I'll approve it. You might have to wait while we go through everybody, but we will give you the chance that we try and give everybody.
Yep.
And who knows, worst that could happen is that you have a boring conversation, and I try not to have those. If you're on YouTube and you want to know what we think about something, send a speaking request and ask, all right? It's a whole production side over here. Don't send a DM. Don't send an email.
Please.
Don't send me a message right now. Yeah.
I'm not checking the DMs.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Send a speaking request and ask. Send a speaking request and ask your question, and we will talk about it. All right. Let me start off with Gizmo's computer support and services. That's very smart, Gizmos. You get a free ad.
No free space.
Wow. You sound like you're under a hose.
Oh, 1 second.
Yeah, guys, if you jump on, just try and keep the background noise down now. And yeah. Yeah, what's up? What's up, Gizmo? I mean, it's kind of better, but go through. We'll try to work with it. No, it's gotten worse. I don't know what happened to everybody's connection tonight. Gizmo, we definitely can't even hear you, brother. I'm going to ask you for get closer to the router. Get closer to the router and rejoin and try again. In the meantime, Sir Dre Mason himself, all gone.
Yo, hi, good morning.
Morning. Fesco's number one fan from Japan.
Yeah. I'm here and I'm just recovering from loss of voice, because I was shouting when I saw that there was a Beechwood Avenue property open 24/7 now. So I guess I know.
Jeez.
Yo, them pay if you come and talk about them thing every week, brother.
No man, I'm a friend of his, so you know.
Wow. How you feel about the 19 million shares or sell from May start?
The what? Repeat?
The 19 million shares that were sold.
Brother. I looked at the interest and there was a buying and then there was a selling. I think it's somebody in the group just say, yo, just some big order in the queue. I said, Jesus, peace, which side? I pray, which side? And I hear it telling me, said, Jaja. I'm saying, no, I'm not worried because I know they routinely, because of the blackout periods or whatever, they have a rewards program which is tied in with shares and stuff. I know they have to, buy and sell. So I'm just I'm holding on firmly. You understand? I haven't and I remember being in Pulse when Pulse was at the $4 mark, and it went up and then down and then went up again and went down by a little less. I went up and I remember that nothing is a straight line in reaching the goal. So sometimes you have to go on wait and probably average down and then laugh after people when them panic sell.
and then run back in after. So I'm not as I haven't been as long as you guys, but I've been seeing a lot of trends and people kind of panicking because they're not really sure what is going on. But once your goal is not affected, you stay the course, as I said, isn't it?
You know, I jumped out. I said jumped out. I encourage that wrong term, but I had exited. When? I had exited a couple. I don't know. I exited at 6:55. Before the dividend, before the record date, whenever that was. Before the end of. In fact, I exited in March, before the quarter ended. And I look at it flying again, and I say, "Oh God, is it another round of this thing happening where it's just going to be more of it a fly and me look on it and me wonder." But you tell people about buying is believing and you don't have none.
But I say human, sometimes it's like for me, especially it's like me, trans Jamaica is not hurt me, because it's Jamaica. Long time. I mean,
Or you're lying bad, but I don't know if it's just me or
Is it
everybody
breaking
else.
up for
Obviously.
you? Because
Yeah, man.
Can I hear them?
It rough. It rough, Dre.
Yeah, and then after trans Jamaica, I didn't want to go into Fesco, but finally I went into Fesco. I'm not complaining about
No,
it.
Dre. We're not here at all. It almost,
Dre.
it's almost
Frank,
unlistenable. Almost unlistenable. See if you can gas up and go a closer to a Wi-Fi thing, and see if you can and come back with a better connection. Try again. In the meantime, like I said, guys, if you have something you want to talk about, send a speaking request. We'll get into it. Next up, we have Sir Malik himself, who is always there. Hold on 1 second, Malik. Let me see if Dre's new connection sounds a lot clearer.
So better now?
Tell you what you're saying quick before you chop out again.
Am I sounding? Is it okay now?
Sound okay enough to me, then you can hear him clearly?
Yep, it sounds good.
All right, that come off the Wi-Fi. I'm doing too much things on the computer. Yeah. I was just saying that with the Trans Jamaica, I was in there for a very long time, and then as I jump out, I put in the Fesco, which I'm not complaining about. Things start to move, dog, and I was like, "It's serious. You really gonna do this?" And so sometimes patience is a blessing, and sometimes a curse. So you just have to know what you're willing to lose and what you're willing to gain. To be honest.
Yeah, you just have to.
I'm pumping. The Fesco before I'm pump up, man. The $10 prediction still on by the end of the year, still on the cards.
Yeah. Oh, I'm excited about
What
these.
a run.
Yeah, hell of a run, and I think the next results coming might be
Soon.
Yeah, definitely soon. 3 weeks and 3 days if them don't drop it early, and I suspect it's going to be
a banger. It's gonna be a banger.
Yeah.
It's the first quarter where Beachwood and Mandela fully open for a full quarter. Before it was a 2 months 2 months when Mandela dropped, then 2 months of Beachwood. So now we have full 3 months, and that's what January to March. We were kind of opening up then, and we're fully open in March. So
that's the beauty of it. The numbers going to probably be extremely high, and then the price of gas has moved heavily in that quarter, also upwards. And yet still is not at full flow because it wasn't a fully open quarter. So like the April to June quarter is also going to be even bigger, I suspect.
Just lining up, bro.
Yeah. And of course, I suspect by now the LNG is ready, LPG is ready. And
and that $1 billion bond acquisition.
Yeah, acquisition looking bond, and I've heard.
I mean, them say it, you know. It's NCB term sheet say acquisition. So.
Yep.
Or speculation sounds very right there, sir.
Can you imagine if Fesco was a company that was good for the future?
My
Boy, there'll be no ghosts left.
My God. Yeah,
I also remember they opened the tasties in that quarter as well. So additional income coming in from people who are hungry. I know Jamaicans always hungry.
I don't think so. No, man. You have to know where the money comes from.
That's right.
That's rent. That's rent.
That's
That's
rent?
not. Yeah,
Rental,
man.
okay,
That's
okay.
not. Yeah, man. That's not
But
tasty.
that's why you never get
That's
stable income, and a gas
stable.
station loves things like that. Look at
Mm-hmm.
Beach Road. There's a reason Beach Road set up what it set up.
Yep. That's why they go
Um,
24/7 because everybody's gonna pull there, and of course you naturally buy the gas. But the C store, everything that sells through the C store, them eat right.
yep.
Yeah, and then you get also the rental line, like then I just pointed out the rental line with like Mr. Breakfast and so on.
Mr. Breakfast. Yep.
Yeah, and acquisitions is what I'm really interested in because I also saw to borrow a John Jackson term, chatter in the market seems to be talking about at least two similar sorts of companies, right? One in the LPG space with touches the gas space a little bit, another one in the gas space, and both of them seem geared towards listing. One might be closer than the other, but I mean synergies. It just makes sense in my view to see if you can get an early acquisition in and I mean, it just don't then becomes a matter of how do they book it. They're looking at it as controlling interest. Is it subsidiary, or are they just going to book the equity value of the thing? And if they book the equity value of the thing, does the thing go on to IPO? Because then, if the thing goes on to IPO, do you book the value that you bought it at? That's private equity gains there. You know, that's a business line of earning from a company that is in a completely different line of business, right? You diversify your earnings. Or if they don't do that, if it's just that they're getting into that business through that's immediately a network that you have already. So you have sales, you have revenue coming in, baked in already. Yeah, man. Fesco, wonderful as a business in the long term. I would say in the long term. I really hate that term.
It depends on how you define that long term. Some people long term is
Exactly.
1 month.
Well, it depends. All right, I think I just dropped out a while ago. I don't know if you guys in the space can hear me. Dana, you can hear me? Sorry. Sorry, 1 second. Yeah, my sound just went for a little bit, so I didn't catch that. Actually, I'm not sure. Dana, can you hear me? Yeah, boy. Yeah. And I'm also hearing you.
All right, you hear me, Dana?
Yeah, I'm hearing you. I'm hearing Randy. But every now and then he chips in and out.
Okay, so I was asking what I mean, the young man was indicating about talking about the spirit tree and grace play that you were trying to edge him along. I was thinking that distribution network of grace as a conglomerate would actually be a really big move. If they were going to, I kind of going to watch the space a little more to see what's
Yeah.
going on with spirit tree because the Acqui thing. Trust me, people want Acqui. Trust me, me want Acqui over in Japan. The Jamaicans want Acqui stuff. We can get it at a reasonable thing. You know? Really appreciate the grace because that's in that package. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. I think that would be a good thing. As I said.
Yes. And I'm hearing clearly. No. But nobody's talking.
No, I was talking about 14 times. I was saying the Acqui Spirit Tree with the Acqui line and Grace's distribution network. I mean that would be a
Sorry
really
about that. I think
awesome play.
so if you're watching on YouTube, you probably can hear me. Then I don't think you can hear me. Can you?
So I'm hearing you, Randy, but you're
I
still
can't
breaking
hear
up
anything.
again, Jesus.
Hold
Oh,
on.
hold on. What the hell is going on? Andre, you can hear me, right?
Yeah, man, I'm hearing it clearly.
Are you hearing Randy? How well?
He and Randy with a little Optimus Prime type vibe.
Yeah, the internet
Yeah.
tonight is pretty rough.
Or Twitter.
We chat too much.
Yeah, the internet tonight is pretty rough. Hold on for me 1 sec again. Yeah, I have no idea what's happening, why the sound isn't working. Then if you can hear me, I don't know if you guys can just talk for a second while I sort this out on my side. All right. I get a heavy echo. Then can you hear me? All right. Sorry about that, people. I don't know if you guys can just continue the conversation. Are you hearing an echo, Dana? All right. So you guys can continue the conversation. I'll be back on in a few seconds.
if there was going to be a movement in terms of the real world effects to the share price, if cost of living go up and people can't buy as much chicken as they used to, you know, would would the increase in price be would have the effect of covering that reduction in the volume? You know, just looking at all those trying to
We
see
talk
what
about
is.
poetry still?
No, 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 man, chicken, JP,
Chicken,
Jamaica
just
produce.
JPG. Wait, so yeah, give me back the point then. Exactly.
All right, so I remember they were saying that they had done the whole thing, the direct line, top down in
Mm-hmm.
America with the production, everything in one place. But they were speaking about the increase in the chicken price, or the price of
Mm-hmm.
chickens. And I was trying to look at alternatives for what Jamaicans would eat in terms of, if they weren't able to buy chicken, what would be the next best thing for them to buy? And if,
The next best thing, the I suspect that chicken isn't the only thing going up.
well, that's true.
Comparatives are also going up. And
Hmm.
truthfully, what we find most happening in Jamaica is not that you find an alternative chicken. We just buy different chicken, different cuts,
Different cuts, that's true. Quarter.
or buy it in different quantities. Or you see thing the way name
Mm,
again, you see the size of chicken fall.
mm,
Because
mm,
if I raise it for this period of time, the maturity period will be shorter, or I put
mm,
less because if I put less into it, then I get a smaller chicken,
mm,
whatever. I spend
mm,
less, and people will get a better price on it. You find
mm.
that to be happening. That's what my observation of the market. I find that small chicken kind of looking small,
Well, that's actually very true. Yeah. And people will go more to chicken pass as opposed to buying the whole thing.
and
The
then
chicken pass
chicken is
mixed
culture for it. You know, chicken is our meat.
yeah.
It's not just a drum switch. What else is there? I think
True.
it's not impossible that there's a substitute and whatever. But on what scale?
And how that would impact. Yeah, that's what I was thinking
Mm-hmm.
about. Yeah.
And you can see the government taking a step there for allowing import of certain parts.
Or the chicken.
Mm-hmm.
But did the local farmers feel it? No? Is it always something that always comes out to the
I
local
mean,
farmers?
the truth is local farmers feeling it now anyway. So
Mm.
what's the better? What's the it's well, I would never want to go in government, you know. Because they do bad or do bad. It's boy with sharp local farmers and bringing chicken to the people who've been complaining about chicken prices can eat food.
Mhm. But then, yeah, turn on and boy, it's not nice. It's a lose lose zero sum game.
Why?
Zero sum.
Not really, you know, just some feel and some don't, or some feel
Right.
and some feel less. So you have to
Mm.
really balance with whatever. What the government's angle might just be, well, people need to eat. Yes, the farmers will feel it, but at the end of the day, them feel it anyway. We can't make their not feeling it be at the continued expense of the people.
Ah,
So I figure that's the idea that they're going with. But in the end of the day, that's a positive and a negative for JBG. If JBG is the importer, if they switch to importing and start pushing more chicken locally from their outside, then sure,
mhm.
that works out for them. But
Yeah.
they also lose sales on the local. So
Right.
it depends which. Oh, it's a balancing act for them. Which one impact? Which are the impacts will be the negative or the positive will outweigh the other.
Oh, mm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And considering that chicken in Jamaica is artificially higher than it is elsewhere,
Mm-hmm.
I suspect that, I mean, being able to sell something in a more expensive market while producing it in a cheaper market is
Right.
one of the longest. I mean, that's globalization, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But but I only caught the last part of that. I think I have the sound sorted out now. I think everybody on YouTube can still hear. I can still hear you guys. Then I can hear
Something.
you. I can hear your fan well good.
Really?
But yeah,
But
yeah. You have to go make some money this year. Then I can afford the AC.
that
It's
them not tell me now.
Yeah,
on the
Jeffrey
man.
installed the
GPS.
AC last week.
Buy one solar panel then and jump off of it beautifully, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it take more than one for that, you know.
But
Yeah.
Ha.
Yeah, that's expensive. Anyway, big up, Dre. We had Malik next in line, and anybody else who wants to join in. If you have a point, a question, anything like that, send a speaking request, and we'll talk about it, or listen to you, or get into it, whatever it is. Send a speaking request, on Twitter
One
if you
thing
just
there,
watch.
anyway, again, I was going to ask earlier when Justin was mentioning solar panel and Huawei. What level of solar panels? So like, meaning, and this is a story now. There, I don't know if Randy knows. I don't know if anybody, any engineers or anything up like in the space would understand, would explain and know that. Just think there. Anyway, again, if I'm doing like a solar plant, like Wicton, that level of a solar plant, would Huawei be anywhere near? Would Huawei be the type of company you bring in for something like that? Meaning maybe they make like for homes and for smaller scale, whatever. Would Huawei have that they have that level of production for all right, cool. For if anybody in a solar plant, they can do it. That'll be good money for thing there. For fast reach.
It would, right? If assuming that you
Say
go in
Wicton gonna do
Huawei.
something.
Yeah, assuming that
If
Wicton
Wicton
does
gonna do
that.
something and fast reach get the contract. Yeah.
Yeah, or even if somebody else get a contract and Wicton just building something out, if a supplier runs through them, I'd be good, right?
Yeah, you're very damn
Yeah,
right. But they
yeah,
just said that they're doing that.
yeah. If
Yeah.
JPS IPOs and which we know that it seems that they're intent on doing, and we need more power, which I think we do need more power in Jamaica. You can check the financials for JPS to see some points around that and some of the technical documents. I think we're headed to that point. And we also need more renewable power, right? That's a huge part of the government's drive for import substitution, lower the import bill. And solar, we know overall locally gives more better output than wind. And Wigton has spoken about being open to going into that. You could very well see, I mean, we have the second largest solar farm in the region in Jamaica, but you could very much see, yeah, that's a nice dot, Danai. That's something that I'd go investigate. I mean, it's not that far fetched. Well, Huawei is such a massive company; them touch everything. I'm sure.
And that's how I see it.
Yeah, them touch everything.
And
Yeah,
when am I again? Fast reach is very tied to development right now. That's a big
and
part of what they've been doing, driving this development going on. We're looking to be the supplier there.
and have a good relationship with JPS. It would
Oh
appear.
yes, they do.
Yeah, yeah. So that might be a win-win for all involved.
Indeed.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, like I said, send a speaking request if you have a point. Sir Malik, what's up? Malik, if you're talking, you have to
Night,
unmute.
guys. You guys ready for me?
Yeah,
What?
boy,
Night,
so like
guys.
so,
Pardon me?
so
No,
like
no, no. I
it's
just,
like
I
you're
just
coming
stop
something
it.
big this week, Malik.
All right.
Trust me,
Very good.
I'm not. I just stopping by just to say some of the nice stuff, I guess, in the market this week. I just doing a quick
Alright.
stop by, but boy, Separad and Wisinko, man, especially Separad. Wow, just wow.
You bought before?
Yeah, man. Actually, I've had Separad. I think since last October, November time, around the time when the fire broke out in Separad.
So were you expecting this job?
Well, I never expected a jump like this. I guess because I never expected them to take in the
That much there.
company. Yeah. I think it's named A and S,
And it's B something.
AS Bryden or something like that.
Bryden. I think that's it.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Wow. So yeah, that was good. I think Separate is a very good company, despite all the logistical concerns and everything. I think the CEO and the team is a very good and competent team, in my opinion.
I agree.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, and
we think what's going on there.
we think it was good as well. Their report came out and it was quite good, and they've actually been creeping. Pardon me. Mm-hmm. actually right before the fire, and then I got out. Then I bought it back right after the fire, after it went down a little bit,
Mike,
like
you sure now
October
the fire?
time. Hmm?
You sure now the fire? That's some convenient no boss.
No. In my home.
More
I saw it on Twitter, just
life
like how I
story.
saw the Wisinko fire on Twitter
Yeah,
like
me see
last
this
month.
too. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, you don't remember I told you guys that in early part of April that about Wisinko and the sell down right after the fire on a Monday after the 1st of April for 18.99.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. You have to ask the official pyrotechnical people. You know, I'm just a rookie. You know, I'm just.
You bring the plate together. My name again. I give credit to the team. Fox.
Uh, Boy, well, I know it wasn't good, but I think. Pardon me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh wow. Yeah, it was October, don't it?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Bro,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean,
ignored.
they. I think I went through their thing quickly because I'm still in the midst of finals, unfortunately. But I went through their thing quickly, and I was like, nah, this is all right. But you know, despite all of everything going on with like the logistic problems and then the fire and then all kind of different stuff, I still
I
think
know.
that you know.
Wait,
Hmm?
find it interesting that the Q4 came out. Q4 was nice, but then the audited
Mm.
come out, and then you can see some, it looks so nice again. Like Q4 not looking so great. But and I find also next interesting point. This is a delayed audited.
Mm.
Audit the audit was what 90 days after March, after December. Yeah, so end of March. They picked Q4. So it's supposed to come out end of March. It's just coming out right before
Yeah, yeah,
right before the Q1 due.
yeah. It's late.
I would not be surprised if the Q1 was great.
Hmm.
Or the Q1 is all right. It just all right because there's some great news from acquisition.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Share price, yeah. Oh no. Mm-hmm. Yeah, where's the cash flow crowd? I don't see anybody tweeting about cash flow. What's going on? Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the cash flow and I was kind of I found that interesting, but hmm.
No, I was mocking. I was just laughing to be honest. But
Mhm.
you should not take me seriously on that one. Yes. Mm-hmm. 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 Massive club, but it's heavy distribution. You know how that can go. But
I think they said something about
but
expanding to the region, and that's why they acquired. That's why they were doing the acquisition of Ace Bryden.
oh yeah man, That's
Yeah,
Region. You are a region. Yeah.
Mm. Oh wow.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think we've said it before. The growth coming from certain places, especially for a company like Separate, they will need a big. Nothing small affects them anyway. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Not going to do it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, look where milk. We've had what the milk being pushed, the dairy side, a strong push into that, but it's not going to be a quick thing. It's not going to be. It's not, and then compared to the rest of Separate, what you're really expecting there. So acquisition look like it needs to happen for any strong growth in any short time.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Drop. Mm-hmm.
True.
In
I've
in fact.
realized that the market really loves news like this where there's new acquisitions and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
True.
And they're not hearing on YouTube.
I'm so sorry, YouTube. I'm so sorry. I had a whole heap of points I just made it. I'm so sorry, YouTube. I know you guys can hear me better now. Pretty much I was just talking about Separate and I was making a couple of points. Gist of it is that it looks good, but I think that they had to do an acquisition. They're at a level where they had to do an acquisition. And we are seeing the effects of a company, in my view, that literally had to do what they have done. And who knows, maybe it depends now on the strength of Ace Bryden. And then I would let me play devil's advocate a little bit. And you still hearing me, right, Danai?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Let me play devil's advocate
And
a little.
YouTube hearing it now.
Okay, perfect. Let me play devil's advocate a little bit. Let's say that Ace Bryden, I mean, they're bought. So maybe they just weren't that great. The easiest
Hmm.
company to buy is a company that's not really that good, right?
Mm-hmm.
The easiest car to buy is a
Exactly.
car that's not working well. Not to
And
say
the
that they
size
can't. Go
the
ahead,
size of
Danai.
Ace Bryden, the
Yeah.
size of this company, selling that's the you would expect what association and anything that happening.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I would not be surprised.
Yeah, I wouldn't be so.
And that's not a bad thing, by the way,
Yeah,
for anybody. Boy, this could be something. That's an opportunity.
yeah,
If it's not doing so well.
yeah. Separate is literally at the opposite end of the scale when you're thinking of a junior market company. So they're not going to be doing something this quarter, and it's so good, and you see them things shoot up. They're a massive company. It take a lot to get the giant to move. So this is
Mm-hmm.
impressive for what it is. But I wouldn't be surprised if Ace Bryden is not necessarily that great a company in terms of how the books look.
Mm-hmm.
But then the buying of it, that's what you do if you're a Separate. You have the skills within your current your current employee base. I mean, Pandoy. I worked with Pandoy for a while when he was managing director at where I was at Carreras, and I mean,
Carreras.
he knows distribution. I mean, he's no joke. He's no slouch, right? So he knows distribution. He knows the region well, and obviously, as you see from his time with Separate, he knows the region and sales and how to manage a huge monster of a company. So this is the sort of thing you'd want to see a massive company like Separate doing. But don't expect that the next quarter results gonna be great. In fact, I can predict maybe a dip when the next quarter results come out, and well, we finally get to see what AS Bryden looks like, and it don't necessarily look that great. Or if they're smart and you know AS Bryden don't look good, you have lots of options. They're not dumb either. The market is always there as a wonderful cure all and catch all. You buy AS Bryden and list it quick and fast then, right? And then depending on how you book maybe the gains from owning AS Bryden, you might have separate get an immediate profit rise to its books, right? And if you get the profit rise at the right time, you do it maybe over 2 quarters, you get the profit rise while you start to sort out a lot of what the things within AS Bryden that need to be fixed, and that gives you enough time to catch up with the profitability that you need. Certainly, like that's the thinking I would bring to managing something this massive at a top level with me just yapping at my yard, right? But that's the sort of thinking I think. And then you notice I said the insurance claim for that fire. Even if they get back the money, 168 mil, if you get it back at the right time, if you book it the right way, you do the right thing with it, who knows? It could work out as a nice little hit to the profit line if you do it right. I'm just saying that off the top of my head, but I wouldn't necessarily think that just because AS Bryden is massive, that means that there will be a massive effect. And I think a lot of people might have run into buy it just because they saw acquisition. Now, if there is, like if they push it to the market, that might also be great, right? That's great for Separate, and we know Separate has done that sort of thing before. I mean, they're probably the biggest company to do a dividend in specie with CPFV shares. Right? And
It's emotions.
exactly.
Those guys like touching the market.
Exactly.
Yes.
Those guys are one of those guys are some of the legends in the market, the quiet, deadly legends in the market. And they understand that the power of one of the accounting rules being that the market value of an asset is very, very, very important, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So if you have big money, if you truly a multi-year investor, if you're pension sort of thing, if you're looking at it, then Separate is a no-brainer. The dividends are still there. The possibility for more is still there. But just on the excitement from the buy, me personally, I'm not that excited. And I own Separate shares, right? Tiny amount, but I own Separate shares.
Yeah, and I'm not rushing to buy it here. I mean, the price gone up. It's good if you were in before this. I'm not rushing to buy it here just on boy, maybe there's more to come out of this.
Yeah.
That thing would have to do. Well, how much more? That's come really good for me to say, boy, all right, cool. That's enough profit to me to expect much more return on this. Yeah, it take a bit more than that for me, to be honest.
Suppose
Nice game.
Suppose them yeah, it's a great game. I'm glad for anybody who got it. The little Separate shares I have, I might sell them Monday too, because I'm pretty sure this puts me way into profit on them. Suppose them spin off AS Bryden and pull a I don't know preferential pricing. I don't know if the market security guards allow preferential pricing anymore, but suppose they have like a nice reserve class for Separate. Yeah. You think they care about the share price like that? You do something like that. You do something like that. You can't. No, go ahead. What do you think?
It depends. If they care about the share price, I think for AS Bryden, if they list it, they'll care about listing price.
Well, yeah, I mean they must because that definitely impacts. But I'm not thinking about but I'm thinking about AS Bryden. I'm thinking about Separate caring about Separate share price. Yeah.
That's a question. I mean,
yeah.
I think so. Yes, I do. I think that not necessarily in the way we care about it, where we want it a constant upkeep, but I think like they do want to see at least some level of movement over not necessarily like boy 1 year, the short-term investor guys, right? But probably they want some good appreciation over a nice timeline. I think that's the more the angle they come with. I don't know if they come with boy I want a price the X by whenever, unless they actually need to be that for something else going on.
I get you. I can have something.
But the way I see it, is the Muslim group. Genac is right there. So my question immediately is, Does Genac insure anything for those guys yet?
Is Genac the group that has to pay off that said insurance claim is pending? Is that insurance claim from, does it touch Genac in any way?
I suspect so.
And if it has to be paid
Have
out,
I
who knows?
checked it? But if Genac doesn't insure anything for AS Bryden, no. AS Bryden is a distribution company. They own a lot of insurable things that general insurance companies insure. And Genac don't really need a business. Genac in Trini said, we're profitable this year because we're getting some good business this year, 2022. That sounds like it lines up really nice with a large acquisition within the group.
With preferential moves towards so you're sealing the security of your business. That's a smart thing. While the market is looking this way, you're sealing your real money behind the scenes.
And Epley must eat somewhere here. CPFV and Epley must eat somewhere here.
All along the chain. All along the chain, brother. Epley eats it.
These guys know.
Yeah. You can't knock them. You cannot knock them. They've been here a long time and they
For good reason.
experience. Yeah, you cannot knock them at all. Ooh, I really like that you bring these points up, or you bring us to these points in a Malik. Say something else nice. Find something else nice. Tell me something new that tell me something new when nobody not talk about.
Well, I was gonna mention Wisinko, but everybody already see Wisinko's situation. So I was also thinking about Regency, Petroleum, and Dollar Financial, those potential new IPOs.
That's like hear something, or you know something.
Like I say almost every week, I know nothing. I am just a small player in all of these.
I mean, why bring them up? You must have some idea around that.
I don't know. It's just new ideas. So it's IPOs. So it's just something I just go and bring up. Because Regency Petroleum sounds like another energy company, and Dollar Financial sounds like a smaller finance-based company. So those two sound interesting.
All right, then I them say your typing sound heavy. Then I have to get you one of them softer keyboard. Them expensive.
Then I typing the whole time. I thought it was Randy typing.
No, but that was both of us. Yeah, both of us have mechanical keyboards, and them sound nice when them sound nice and loud. All right, the Regency Petroleum. Talk about that one a little bit, Malik, because I that was one of the ones I was thinking of when I was thinking of Fesco.
Yeah, like I said, I actually don't really know that much about them. I've never actually used any of their products before. I just saw something on social media like earlier today or yesterday talking about they might be coming to the market or something like that. So, yeah.
I saw an article around it.
Yeah, pardon me?
I saw an article around it. And
there's an article?
Yeah, man. I mean, wait, stop. So what did you see now?
I only saw something on social media. I saw something on Instagram like yesterday or today.
Oh,
so
find that, no?
So it's just recent.
No, man, find that back.
Yeah, man, share that with
IG.
Yeah, man, share the link to the post on IG with the hashtag.
Yeah, because I
definitely find it. Hold on. Actually, saw it on Calgary IG. Let me see if I can find it right. No. Hold on.
Big up Kalila. She take the business news to new levels, you know. So yeah.
There's an article, the Gleaner. I'll share it on Twitter with the hashtag.
Okay, perfect. Or if you can share it to the space also, then
Yeah.
What did your article that you saw say, Danai? In general, what did it say?
The Regency Petroleum going public, and it spoke about the way the business set up and the fact that they're looking to list. And I think the timeline, some of our timeline was given summer. Summer. And they mentioned that Mayberry is their thing there, is their investment advisor.
Really?
Yeah, you know, so strong, you know, bro.
Mayberry don't get it wrong yet, you know, brother.
Boy, no.
They have not gotten it wrong yet. And then build this market that we love. Indeed. Like it or hate it, they built the junior market. I mean, I love it. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. While we wait on that one, I don't want people have dead here. Malik, I hope you're hearing. I'll throw out a free one. I noticed. Here's a dot. I shared it with my girl subscriber group earlier today. There's no direct send money there, but it's a wonderful dot. Dollar Mayberry has a forum all the time, and they had one this week for Dollar Financial, and it has been, and they were going to speak with Kadeen Mears, who I think is the lead over at Dollar, but it has been cancelled. That in itself is, I look on that as a big option. I look on that as a dot in and of itself. Why do you think they'd cancel it, Malik?
Yeah, sorry about that. Could you repeat what you just said a while ago? My background was noisy a while ago. Something about Dollar Financial canceling. Could you repeat that?
There was a Mayberry forum with with the lead of Dollar, Kadeen Mears, and it was to be this. I think it was supposed to be this Wednesday, Wednesday 11th, and they've cancelled it. What does that tell you? What, if any?
Oh, they have.
Yes.
I think I saw the post about January. I never got that one. I don't know. I don't know. To me, it could have been several stuff. Maybe something came up and he couldn't come again, so maybe it could be pushed back, or maybe they decided they just don't want to do it. I'm not fully sure.
Yeah, it could be lots of things. I found that in that cancellation.
Interesting.
Yeah, I found that in it. But you find that article yet?
The one with Regency.
Yes, sir.
I shared mine.
Just tweeted it out in a Brick Talk hashtag and I sent it. Yeah, I posted it to the highlight in the space.
Okay, thank you very, very much.
Yeah, and I think someone else, Jason at Jerome Walters, he also threw up.
Yeah, I just saw it. Yeah, actually, I saw his. Thank you. I mean, 1 second and I'll have it up for the people. Is there like something being said in it, or is it just text? Because if not, you'll have to just tell us really if it's text or anything like that.
What's that?
I was saying I was asking Malik what the social media post said, because I think it's a video, right? Yeah, I don't think I can run the video. Yeah. Malik, you look like you're gone again. The crowd grab you.
She was mentioning the thing there. She was mentioning actually the article. So she said the article was posted in Gleaner, and then just ran through some things about the company. So I don't know that there is new information outside of what the Gleaner said.
I have the video right here. I can play it out for you guys for the space we don't want to hear it.
I don't want to. No, I deliberately. I don't want to do like a video play out. That's why I was asking if you have.
You don't want to be playing people's videos.
Yeah, but just the gist of the thing.
That's the reason it's their video.
Yeah, just tell us the gist of the thing though. Malik? Malik look like them really taking him head today. I was saying if you can tell us the gist of it.
Yeah, it honestly I can't fully remember everything because I did see it quickly on IG like yesterday. But like she said that the article was from like April 10 and she was like going over some of the stuff in it. So
I know.
I have to watch it again to remember everything she did say. But I know the name was Regency Petroleum and that there was a potential IPO or something like that coming up.
Ah, boy. Well, the curve is so far. But yeah. So that is the article that I think is the same article that Danai was sharing. Yeah. So it speaks pretty much to that. And that is one of the two that I mentioned that it looked very good with regards to Fesco with. This was actually a great Fesco dot for me from before, but I still sold my Fesco anyway. But, you know, you can always buy back in. That's the beauty of it. But the problem is there's so many good things on the market that it's hard to. Yeah, it's hard to make. Yeah, it's always hard to choose. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. That's the downside of being able to downside of being able to pick, to see the players. When you can see the players like that, it is sometimes a headache, sometimes it's stressful. Anyway, Malik, big up. Thank you for joining us as always.
Yeah,
Like I
man.
say,
Big up.
you take time
Yeah,
out of a
man.
busy Friday to link us. I jump over to the next person, Sam's husband.
Yeah, good night.
Evening.
You guys spoke on a previous episode about stocks you'd like to see listed on the exchange, and I was actually looking into Halliwell as a tourist attraction stock. I think a lot of, based on what I've seen or experienced, a lot of money is flowing, flowing through the park, and there's a bistro there. A
A
lot
lot of
of
money is
foreigners.
flowing through Halliwell.
Yeah, man. It's a big attraction. There's a bistro there. They have the land space. I just think it's underutilized. I wish that somebody actually got serious and said, "All right, let's buy this and let's list it," because I think there's a lot of potential there.
Halliwell is for sale.
No. I'm not saying it's for sale, but I'd love to see it listed as a tourist attraction.
So you want the
What do
government
you
spin
guys
it
think about
off? I mean,
Oh yes, yeah, definitely,
So you want to see this if you want to buy into it.
of course.
All right.
Because I see, I've experienced it, and I see a lot of tourists coming, venturing. And you know how the road is to get there, and just we have a narrow view of how tourism is in this country, especially when you see the tweets on Twitter,
you
and the
think so?
ideas are yeah. But from what I've seen, oh my God, there's a lot of potential there, and just a anecdote, along the stretch, IGL distributes gas up there to the residents. So it's another great company I love to see this.
And they listed? Oh no, they're not listed yet. No.
They're not wrong one.
Not
No,
yet.
wrong one. That's the other
Hopefully
one. That's the
soon,
other
though.
one. Yeah. All right. I like that. But here we go. Send an unsolicited proposal to the government. Take over the running. Yeah. Take a nice long lease on it, like Cayman as an SVL, and fix it up. Fix it up. Spend some money fixing it up. People like me will help you along the money side of that. Fix it up and then push the IPO to the market if you believe that it's worth it.
Hey, I know that.
Yeah, I'm with you. If you
I know
start
someone
it,
actually saw the potential in it, because
well, you have seen the
Good premise.
potential. You've seen the potential.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, go ahead, let's do it. Do it.
Yeah.
Send the unsolicited proposal. Not to take, because they probably won't sell the land, but they give it on a long-term lease, a 10-year lease, and you
10
fix
years.
up.
Operational.
You fix up operations wise, and the operational company you IPO that.
Yeah, that's a wonderful idea. I've actually been thinking about that.
Do
If
it,
you think
brother.
the name again, if it looks good, the money will come.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, if it's one thing, let me tell you, you can sell it to the pensions. Just say USD.
Facts. It don't
Yeah,
mess
man.
up.
Them love that, bro. Them
Yeah.
love that. Them love that gone to
Yeah.
bed.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
But I don't want to get too political with the leasing of the land, because I think there's a debate around the ownership.
there's
of
no
the land.
debate. Does the government own it?
I think there are a couple of reports about Darvaz actually owning some of the land around there.
No, you mean he has a lease. It's the same thing. They
A
have a
lease.
lease and a cabin up
lease,
there.
yeah.
Yeah, man. So the
Yeah.
government obviously then is giving leases. So look for the lease.
Right.
Stop make politician frighten me, man. The man, if probably do the same thing. Don't make the name of a politician frighten me. It's we them work for, If you really believe in the idea, like I said, put together the proposal and send it. The worst thing that could happen is them thief it from me and do it themselves.
True.
And we still
And
get
you'd
scammed,
still
but
get
buy
it.
anyway.
Yeah, you'd still get it. You'd still get the benefit of it anyway. You'd still get at least a road up there to get fixed up, right?
Oh yeah, there's a lot that can be done to
Of course.
make it more attractive.
You mean look at how the bar on the way up to Cafe Blue has gotten bigger and better. And I suspect
yes.
it has been as a result of Cafe Blue's popularity increasing.
That's true.
Yeah, man.
That's
So send it to the government, make them see it. Even if them teeth the idea, you open a little bar at the side of the road too.
They'll probably give it to cap markets, make Stephen good listen.
Yo, you know what? As long as you own the bar, it no matter.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. The benefit is always there's always some value somewhere in the in the conversation. There's always some value there, whether or not people see it.
I agree.
All right, bro. Well, tell me since you're there. Tell me what a stock you like, no?
Yeah.
That's the several stocks that I like. I
Pick one new one on
Like-
about the top boy.
NCB.
Woo!
Oh,
Well, damn,
NCB
nobody's
is
spoken about that in a
unpopular.
long time. Nobody has spoken about that
Right.
one in a. Yes, I say nobody has spoken
NCB.
about NCB in a long time.
yeah, man. The opportunities are there to make money on it every week.
You think so?
What do you mean?
Actually, yeah, man. Actually, I actually own some short term. I actually got. I think when I purchased it the first time, my average price was like 100 enough. I bought some during the dips. Got my average price to like $100
Dang.
and sold it
You
a
average
couple
down,
times. But
average down, and then sold it up.
yeah.
That is a brave play.
Oh man, very very risky.
Not
But
not
you
necessarily.
are. Not necessarily.
Not necessarily. It's
It's
actually
brave.
one of the
Not
it's
necessarily, but if you understand the company, then it's comfortable. It's a comfortable play. You can actually make money from it each week
I mean,
if you know it.
each week, have you done that?
The one time.
Nah, man. So each week and one time, you see that's a thing. That never get that's a backward
Yeah.
exercise. It's boy. I'm gonna look back at NCB and see the points where I could have made money every single week.
Yeah.
Let me look forward and actually go do it.
Yeah,
Oh,
man, get
yeah.
excited while ago and then
Next.
drop it to
I can go look on the trade price last week, sure. But
Yeah.
what next week? Can you do it?
I see.
So,
I can-
what does the opportunity actually look like? If you were to do it next week, what would you do?
I'd buy it on the. Actually, I'm comfortable buying 114, averaging down to like 110.
You can buy it Monday
Averaging-
morning for 108.
Averaging down? Wait, stop. Averaging down? Where that coming?
As in,
You still own
I'm
units?
comfortable buying it at any price, but I see where I can
man,
actually.
I'm talking about the meet. If you were to do the weekly opportunity thing, I want to hear it and I want to look at it this week. That's what I'm asking.
Okay.
'Cause I want to look at it and see if what you're saying now actually works
Mhm.
out this week. Going to next week, so by Friday, if you're here again, I just want to see it. But by Friday, we can always talk back about it again.
Okay.
So if you were to do it next week, if you were to say, all right, cool, I am going to make the short-term play on NCB, what would you be looking for? What do you do?
Me personally, I'd be buying at 106,
All right, and selling
Yeah.
where?
selling at 114.
All right, so I'll be looking. So which days you expect to get 106? Monday?
Yeah,
And when you expect to get the 114?
the same day.
All right, me look out for Monday morning. Monday in the day, 106 earlier, and then a 114 thing there. Or just the
Huh?
possibility of it. I'll be looking for it when I can. That'll be interesting to me.
Yeah, man. It's possible. But you can actually buy it at the
What cost it?
114 and average down.
Why are you averaging down?
Him
Well,
still
if
have
you
some man.
want to make money on the spread,
No,
you'd
him
have
still
to-
no man, him still have some man. He still have some. Him don't want to
I
let it
think I
all
still
go.
have some. It's only gets
Oh
about
no,
12.
no man. I actually was thinking of holding on to it, but I actually sold it. Average on to like 100.
And you got out. But no,
Yeah.
when you say if I go in
Mm-hmm.
and 114 is your sell price on a 106 trade,
Mm-hmm.
why would you buy at 114?
To get more
You know what I'm saying?
units.
The more units don't matter. If I go in there, if I go into 114 and average down
Mm.
and at 110 and then sell back at 114, I either made money on the whole play, but if I just buy at 110, I'll make more money than that whole play overall.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah, man, you get me excited. I think see that talk some of that
I
real
really
this.
thought you were saying no, they do something or you watch it every time I say whatever about it. A full play around it. But
Yeah, I'm so excited.
it does sound
'Cause-
like yeah, I was actually really
yeah,
excited.
yeah. We rarely ever hear people who actually do the kind of stuff. It's such a good conversation to have. Let me show you an example, right?
Mm.
First of all, just what you said, if I'm in it at 130 and I see this crash, if I have the money, I'm averaging down, right? You can average down heavily because it's NCB, so it's not going to. I mean, it takes guts because when you're here at 123, coming from 130, coming from 140 odd, we might be coming from 200 or 180 odd, how long ago, right?
Yeah.
When you see it dropping, it takes guts to know say it's going to drop for a certain time, but it's not going to drop forever. I don't think it might go. It might go back to bills. It might go to 100 and then start to hover at 100 again. And you can make a lot of money off a stock hovering at 100.
Mm-hmm.
You see, drop to you keep averaging down. Of course, you don't know where the nadir is, so you don't know where the drop ends until after it ends. But you average down all the way to, let's say, to 108. You're probably averaging to 150, 140. You have to buy heavily at 108, 110. Let's say you get to 110, selling back at 115, depending on your broker and the fees. You're in profit again, right?
Yep.
It falls again down to 108. Again, depending on your brokers and fees, you can buy. Recently, have it fall as far as 106. Of course, you'd need something to tell you when it's going for those volumes. There's this wonderful website. Yeah, there's this wonderful website, mymoneyja.com, that allows you to set alerts for the prices. So you can actually get an alert on your phone or email when it dropped to that price or trade at that price. So let's say you do that, you're smart. You have your J trader going with it. You buy at 106 here, you're selling 3 days later at 114. Again, depending on your broker, you're making a nice little change off that, right? And you can do that with hundreds of thousands because it's NCB, that kind of volume runs through it all the time. And here we are again, 107 today. And it might give you a little upward movement next week. I suspect after the results drop, I'm not sure if the results are good. In fact, I don't think that they might be that great. Off the top of my but if I'm actually expecting them to be bad.
Either way.
Yeah, I'm actually expecting them to be bad because if they're bad, then you know there's a drop coming. So you sell right before you sell the day at the meeting because you know the results coming right after. Because you know NCB is them structured like that. They're very structured. In fact, big up NCB for continuing to be that sort of structured entity where they still tell you when they're meeting, tell you when they're putting out. And big up Eddie Focal Learn for, I see, doing the same thing recently. They put out a thing to the pointing out that they're going to be having their board meeting and the first quarter results. The board meeting to review, consider and approve the release of their first quarter results on Monday, May 9th. So you know that sometime next week, assuming that meeting goes well, it look like sometime next week those first quarter results coming out. The first set of results after a stellar IPO. Yes, I'm biased, but still a stellar IPO. I would not be surprised if there. In fact, you know what? Let me not go to Eddie Focal. I think the results could be bad. They could be great. I wouldn't be surprised if they're good considering the acquisition. But I don't know if the acquisition even matters much for this quarter. But let me not drift too far. Going back to NCB and that little play we were talking about. You could have loads of options on many a day to hit that single digits above 100 by, or even close to 100, and then anything above the 110, again depending on your broker and the fees there, you can be eating some nice, consistent but small food that people don't know on a stock that people don't expect. If the results come out and they're bad, like I think again off the top of my head that they might be bad, you can expect that that's a baked in drop that's gonna happen. And then a baked in rise is gonna happen closer to the well, I was gonna say closer to the dividend, but who knows, it might not have a dividend. But it's a baked in drop that they will at some point rise a little bit above the 100 and odd. And then you
Wait,
can just
Randy,
decide.
stop. I don't know if it's your audio or feedback from thing there.
Well, you're not hearing me?
I'm here.
I'm hearing all the background noises on thing this side.
Yeah, well, it's on Sam's husband's side.
It's
So
no, it's clear. So I think this feedback just interrupting your audio.
My mic was off.
I don't. What am I hearing now?
It's his background, man.
Cut the mic and Randy talk.
Yeah, man. No, man, it's his background. It's his background. It's his background. But yeah, so I was saying that that opportunity exists there. But again, this is for the people who have the understanding of the market. It's a strong understanding of the market to be able to do that. Two, the people that can manage the risk. It is not the simplest play, and it's almost unnecessary. Also, it's for that's why I was excited about it, because it's like, it's like the people who go gym and them working out to a level where you're like, what the hell are they training for? But them train out because them really, that's their thing. And you just, for them, that's it. For me, as a fan of investing, a fan of the market, fan of the JC, I thought that's what he was coming with. I was so excited. Yeah, I was so excited because there is that play there, that 100 play that people talk about, everybody talk about it, but very few people do it. You know who else offers it?
As a backward exercise, it's always check back the last week. Say if me do this, it'll work out well, and you do it every single week instead of what happens going forward. How that actually work? How would I do it?
How would I do it if I were doing it? You know where else it's possible to do? Boring signals.
Yes, it's very interesting.
For the whole years I've been joking with them. They are such a predictable stock, brother. You can eat 10% off the swings every single month. Every single month. I never hear one of the signals people talking about it yet. I'm sure now you're going to hear them say, oh, yeah, of course, I could say that, I could, yada, yada, yada. But the swings are there every single month. You can eat a 10% off the low and the high. And then, of course, they have the most predictable good results reaction. As them drop good results, the share price just drop along with them. you see, heading to 17 now. And somebody else asked me privately,
what's interesting timing?
Yeah, why is it heading to 17? Because the results are about to drop. And guess what's going to happen right after the results drop?
When I go say, well, having my cake and eating it too.
But the swings that you can do to eat off something like Cygnus. Cygnus is one that there's another one. Kind of massy, smart enough to, smart enough to split and before them come to the market. So they went straight to the 100 level. And if you think about it, this 98 thing, all the time it happens. And Massey's dividend, well, it's not good enough to like cover like your fees or whatever. It's nice that they don't have any tax really, but there are opportunities from time to time to eat off it, and any exciting news is gonna send it up to 108. But you don't have the same sort of consistency with that 10% swing that you have with like a Cygnus. 5 to 10% swing, and you have to consider your brokerage fees when you're doing something like that. But yeah, there's loads of opportunities in the market that few people talk about. I also want to that.
The way name again? You know what gets me? Like a client thing, a client is starting and they're starting small. A year in the market just looks very long for me when I think of it from $100,000 perspective, because there's so much things we can do within a year with $100,000 on the market. You start going to $1 million and hey man, the year start looking shorter. You start going much more than that and you say, all right, cool, there's only so much I can do, whatever. But the $100,000 level, if you're looking to learn and that's where you're starting, the world is open to you. You can do a lot.
A whole lot.
In fact, it's almost like it gets shafted when you start big. Because one of the mistakes more painful, and there's so much, and there are so much more you can make. Just going into a stock and you can't come out too easy is a problem. If you never know that before, then yeah.
Yeah, you're actually right. You're right. It's a blessing
People, you know,
sometimes coming in small. Yeah.
people often speak about the big money advantages. They don't talk about the big money risks.
Mm.
They're very real. Boy, maybe I have to sit through this bad quarter just because me
Yeah.
exiting is going to be the thing that breaks the camel's back. So
Oh
I'm gonna
yeah.
say, cool.
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah.
even exit fully, so I can't come out and mash up the queue because the rest of my units will sponge with it, and
Yep.
it maybe not come from that level. So I have to hold it.
It, not even that. Go for one further. You're down and you just can't exit.
You can't exit.
Because you're already down 30% and the only opportunity to exit is to exit another 30% down because of just what's available. Yeah, yeah, it's a real problem. It's a blessing actually sometimes to come in with smaller money because you learn. You're right. You learn lower. You learn smaller. You get to play. You can. You
And
can. You
recovery is not a
can.
problem.
Yeah. Although you think it is, but it's not. Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like that. Just like that 17-year-old that came in a little earlier with the talking about him believing in the MDS and him believing in the
Spiritually.
Spurtree. Yeah, I mean, I don't know him pocket. I don't know him money stay. I don't know him risk level how much he need it. But I think that in a couple, like if Spurtree gets to where he thinks it's gonna get, or even anywhere close, if it get to 6, 7, it might. I don't think MDS is gonna get there at the same time. MDS might be great, but I don't know if it will be recognized. It might get lost in the noise of the upcoming earning season. Yeah. 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 But listen, the money that I talking about being poor is a blessing.
Starting poor is a blessing. That's okay. That's what I said. Not
That
being
is
poor. It's not, poverty is not a virtue, guys. That's why we're here, trying to get out of it as soon as possible.
that's true, but I can tell you this: it teaches lessons that are
Teach, brother.
integral to
Brother.
know. Yeah, man. Yeah,
Trust.
man. Yeah, man. The advantages you get on the market from not starting with a big amount are. Yeah, you learn some lessons properly. You learn skills that, at least in my case, you learn skills that you never even expected you need. And you learn lessons where it hurts you know if you do anything wrong like that because you know from
Yep.
long time say you never did fit. Yeah. Yeah. Again, people said I speaking requests. I don't want us to go all night. So we'll take maybe one or two more. I don't mind an early night. It'd be wonderful if I have an early night. But if you have anything you want to talk about,
Somebody say them love brick talk. But that them the man say them 5 hour session, there, brother.
yeah, rough.
5 hour on a read, sit down.
Yeah,
Man was hurt. Man say, nah, you can't do the 5 hours sit down and listen to it. Man say, man listen to
rough.
pieces.
Rough. You know, the funny thing is, I've realized for like the last 3 or 4 brick talks, the last half, brother, gem filled. So if you're impatient, if you can't bother with it, if the hide is too long, someone to listen to it. If you listen to the first hour and put it down, chances are you're gonna miss a lot of proper gems.
Why?
Yeah, but so it go. I mean, you put the value in, you get the value out. Put on and clean the house, or put in your ear and run your errands on the road. Yeah, cost the taxi man over it. Yeah, or just don't listen to it at all. Yeah, if you want to learn the gems, you want to get the
Mr. Bricks.
yeah, Mr. Bricks. I mean, it's up to you also, right? That's a possibility also. All right, I see Duffy Joy Deal. Duffy, what's up?
Hey guys. Hello.
Hello, how you doing?
I is okay. Wanted to hear more about. I know you guys not encouraging anybody to go and take out loans if they don't know what they're doing or whatever else. But in the event that you would take out a loan, are you guys open to discussing some options like legitimate places and the time that they would expect you to repay and stuff like that? Like
You
if
know
you
that
can't, the same way how you guys do the tutorial on how to apply for the NHD refund or whatever. I think
You
that's what
guys
it
did
was.
that or
Yeah.
me did that?
You guys,
Duffy.
You did it. You did it. Randy did
Yeah,
it.
you know to say
Randy did
once a
it.
year we do it, Duffy, and most of the time I have a time to even follow up with more articles. There's so many things I'd love to write, but time just doesn't allow. Um, Duffy, you know what I rate? You're a true retail investor learning about investment because you think that everybody who talk about stocks know everything numbers related. Like, but I don't know where the bank loan them go. Anywhere that will lend you a
oh, yeah,
loan.
so, all right. So here, I think when people ask me, do you advise on insurance? I promise you, I'll talk to you about insurance. I know insurance very deeply, but I don't keep track of what Sagicor is doing, what Guardian is doing, in terms of the products they have. I can advise you in terms of what works out best and what you should be looking for. So I can't tell you say you're going this project or whatever. I don't know what the bank giving. I don't know what the rates they give for any loan them have. The most I can tell is where I get my loan and what I think is the best option for the margin loan in the market. That's why we talk about it so much. But that's a loan we know.
Yeah, that's what we
But
said. Maybe it has the
I don't.
best one in the market, and
Mhm.
that's pretty much it. I think it's either 12 or 13%. There's a 2% fee when you take the thing. Outside of that, Duffy, think of it this way. Think of the simple equation. Any money you borrow that you're gonna put into an investment, your minimum goal has to be at least the interest on the loan that you borrowed. So if this thing is gonna cost you 12% a year, whatever you're putting it in needs to make you at least 12% a year, plus any fees that you have to concern yourself with. And then you work from there. Look for whatever loan you can get. Be clear on the terms, and any investment should be able to repay those, unless you have another reason why
But
you
all
don't
thing there,
mind
any again.
supplementing it.
Like all thing there. If you look at it from thing there, if I have a loan, I have an investment, I have a well. How do I want to say it? I don't want to confuse people. Like it can get too technical. If I have $1 million and I borrow $500,000 and the interest on that $500,000 is 12%, right? Then that's 6% for the million.
Correct.
So I don't actually on my total 1.5 million. I don't actually the service alone. It's less than 12% movement to service that loan. So 2 times 5.
Yeah, well, I mean, the interest rate would be on the 500,000. That's the 60 grand.
Yeah. So 9%
Going
overall
simple, yeah.
on the total money. So my 1.5 million, I get 9% on that. Then I pay back the loan already. And then anything over that is profit for me.
Yeah. What you said is simple, but as somebody who grew up understanding what Freda maths mean, I understand that a lot of people just lost. But what you said was actually pretty simple. Yeah. In other words, if you borrow a portion of the available asset that you have invested, the total growth needed on the total asset is lower than the percentage of the loan.
Yeah.
Yeah. If that lasts you, one, your options are come to grow.
everynickel.com.
Yeah, everynickel.com/grow, or hit the eye up at dhalladvisory.com. Right? Yeah, I don't know if that's enough of an answer for you, Duffy. I hope so. If anybody else wants to jump in with a quick late question, late point, we don't mind getting a couple of them out and then we wrap. And if you want then, oh God, I really should have, I really should have, I want to ask them, I should have asked that this is your chance. No? All right. Well, Duffy, tell us, you got an answer? You understood what Danai just said?
Yeah, I understood that perfectly. I guess to go and read up or Google around the details of the Mayberry margin loan and see what else is out there.
Or just call them and ask them the terms.
Yeah, that. We said it
Oh,
often.
okay.
The good points for Mayberry, you know, for lock up your shares. You can get a loan on most stocks without any hassle. So
yeah, those
everybody
terms
else have
shifted.
a long list. Yeah, but it's still not. Only take main market for margin. That's what some people say. So
yeah, rubbish.
I'm afraid of that. And then some people have a long list of junior market companies that they're not, or long list of companies across both markets they're not giving a loan on. So yeah, the way I see it, Mayberry still the best in how they do that. So and you get that money pretty quick. I've never waited long to get my margin, to be honest. Everybody else, I keep hearing nightmares. So
yeah, as we said a couple of weeks ago, and somebody was asking about the fees for it. I say, yo, they might you pay the fee and you see the service in the fee that you pay. Yeah. All when I vex with them, I can't vex with them too much because the service is still because I know what else is out there. Like other places. If I was a lot of other places, I would take the offer from me to help you improve your product. Just there's so many easy wins out there that you're not taking. But so I don't mind how good Mayberry is. Yeah, damn. Well, unless anybody else have another point, I'm gonna wrap it. Oh, sorry, sir.
Well,
Phil.
Louis V. Belt in the
Louis
chat,
V.
sorry,
Belt bricks himself. Oh God, I'm so sorry. What's up, sir?
Big up, big up, big up, big up, big up.
How things looking?
So the doctor will ever strap with him bricks.
Right? Right?
Yeah, man. The bricks are building.
Oh Lord.
What
was your player? What's your player of the week this week? Dr. Bricks?
Player of the week, player of the month, player of the year.
Yeah. What's it been? What's it been? Tell me, I'm show you for my money, JA. Quick and fast.
Yeah, man. I create.
Man. I'm so surprised.
So surprised. Shocking.
God damn.
Man, come with I create. What is my I was looking actually on my money
.com.
I have .com. I have I created a portfolio at the beginning of the year. Like I recalibrated everything at the beginning of the year and created a portfolio just for that alone. And on that, my APP for average purchase price for iCreate is actually $1.12.
Jesus.
So the gains are nice, you know.
What if my average price beat yours?
$3.40.
No, that's his year to date average price.
That's year to date.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry.
That's
mine. That's actually mine as well, too. My year to date still beating up. You can't do better than that, Phil.
Well, I've been
no, yeah, that's a lie. Because guess what? You end up making more money on iCreate than I did. Far more. So me, I talk foolishness.
Exceedingly more. Mr. Top 10 himself.
Yeah, I'm right.
Yeah, Mr. Top 10 himself, and buying is believing. Phil, I tell you all the time, I say, I'm proud of him because I see how far you're coming with this thing. As to the point where I am sure you know that nobody believes you if you say that you're not an expert.
Yep. This guy.
I remember promising you
so much money on anything on an expert.
Yeah, man, and he knows so much. I'm hearing my talk and him understand. I promised you that there would come a time when no one will believe if you say you're not an expert, and it wasn't that long ago either.
Well, Randy, Mr. VM, add in the chat.
You say what?
VM add on YouTube.
Oh,
VM has the best margin loan. What? What's the position there?
Really?
Weekender.
Well, tell them to join.
Jump on a weekend out. Really want to hear more points around that.
Yeah, we'd love to.
Definitely.
If there's anything I would love you to be convinced to take. It's for somebody to tell me there's a better product out there. And that's all more money to me.
Yeah, I think people are used to. I think people used to when. I don't say me, but I say generally in Jamaica, I think they're used to when somebody says something is the best, them think it's a bias or them might get something out of it or whatever. Because they're not used to empirical basis of laying things out and saying this is the best. And if something comes along and beat it, we're going to say that new thing is the best. So it's not likely that I say that Mayberry has the best margin product in the market. So I'd love to hear how
9% thing there. What?
Weekend jump on, go to Twitter, join the space, and come in and tell us about that. 9%, 2% processing.
So the beat maybe on the thing there? On the
interest.
Wait, interest. but that's
The
not
match them on the
reality for me.
processing, that's not even, yeah, that's the, it speaks to an understanding of what how a margin should work, or margin and equity should work. I'm not trying to give VM any free money, so
Well, share
yeah,
pledging can be what? Negotiated?
share
I
pledging can
never
be
knew that.
negotiated. Yeah, well, we'll hear
And
that.
so
Well,
honestly, for one,
I don't want to negotiate. I don't want to talk to
I don't,
nobody.
yeah.
I
Facts
don't talk
there.
to nobody.
I don't worry, Steven, with my broker, and I'm gonna talk to me. Yo,
Yeah.
it's funny. You guys, at that point, it's always going slow.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm talking to you because something is wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you think happening to the market right now? It's like I call you to help me with this thing. Don't ask me what's happening in the market, brother. I don't work in the industry. You do. What is you should be telling me what is happening? I know the stock things like you.
In fact, I pay you for that.
Is this the equity
But
department?
again, but what's the lines of negotiation? Like, how that work? Could that be interesting?
Yeah, I mean, weekend. I see what you're saying, and it's good for you to point those things out. Jump onto Twitter and talk to us, or I mean, I hear what you're saying, but there's a difference there's a big difference between trying to match numbers and truly understanding the market and the market needs and matching them. And if you try and match numbers, you might lose. Because like you hear me say that I think Mayberry is my favorite broker, but their trading fees are one of the highest.
And them Dove J trader.
And the Dove J trader, and yet with all of those points, I'm saying that they're one of my favorite. So that should let you understand that is an understanding of what is needed in the market. And I tell you, I've tested it. I often say it, and people that I've seen it over the years, people go, oh well, no, and them check and them go do them other thing and them delay, and there are brokers that I recommend and the way I recommend them for certain reasons, and sometimes it take them 2-3 years and them come right back around to exactly why we said this, right? So it's not just about the percentages. It's not just about the like that point. It's not a light point. I don't want to negotiate. Suppose I'm not a good negotiator. I don't want to negotiate. That's that. Yeah, I just want.
Share pledge is a hell of a thing with debt on the line.
Yeah, man. But more you convince. No, hear me no. More you. No, I don't want that. I want a standard thing. Come on and send a speaking request and we'll talk about it. Or we can talk about it another week. Or if VM put something new out and it's great, hey,
I'll be
you
right
hear
there.
about it.
I'll be
Yeah,
right
man.
there.
Yeah, man. You
And
really
I'll be
want to
using
talk
that
about
product
it?
up.
Yeah, man. Cut that check, though. Cut that check. Otherwise, I mean, if you have something good and it's good, come on and talk about it. Otherwise, but like, it's not a light thing to say, even with all of the points around Mayberry.
I don't know what that means. It said Mayberry is the best broker knowledge-wise. I'm not talking to my brokers about anything, to be honest.
God damn, if
the
you're saying that,
go through.
God damn,
The transaction if you go through. That's the most conversation. All right, next week, no problem.
Right.
I really
next
want to hear
week
more
I
about
jump
that one.
on. Yeah, by next week, don't forget. People in the industry I tell me about next week, then you give them a couple of days and the sub yeah, everything switch up.
Couple days and you're not good enough.
Yeah, you're not good enough. Anyway, Sir Louis V belt bricks. Explain that Louis V belt thing, because I don't really list the people that wear
No,
Louis
actually,
V belts.
do I want the explanation? Because
No, I don't want to explain
tired,
it.
brother. Mention's tired.
I
Let it
tell you,
rest.
I check. I say to Dana before we started. Say I check Twitter, and I'm like, it seems like some people are really agitated about some stuff, but I can't tell. I can't tell. I really can't tell. Oh God, man.
Brother.
Oh God.
I think my friends keep finding ways to bypass my mute button.
Well, your friends, you have some friends who love to troll you. Your friends love to troll you. My friends don't give a damn about the stock market, so that's cool. And then they worse don't care more like what people who work somewhere are saying. So yeah. But Sir Phil, what's it like being rich now?
That's hilarious.
Boy, no.
No, yeah.
Okay, how you feel?
Cooler man. There's much still further to go, man.
So you believe in it? I think I saw an article recently with Tyrone in it where he was saying that it's not one-off. I never got to read the article, but I believe I saw. Yeah.
He
it's
spoke
not one-off.
to the fact that it is not one-off, which is, it was expected that at whatever point in time they make the turnaround, it would be, you would see a quarterly result that was better than before.
Mm-hmm.
It don't surprise me that he feels the need to say that, or somebody would have asked him that. I actually read the article, and it seems like perhaps the interviewer might have asked him. But yeah, I believe in Tyrone, and obviously, if it is that the various plans that they have come to fruition, I mean, 1 million US, 2 million US in revenue, 1 million US in profit is what they're targeting for the financial year ending December this year. I think that point is missed. I think that last point is missed. That they're aspiring to do that this year.
I'm saying two
The
in
question
one,
is,
or what do you call it? 1 in 2.
Two to
Say,
one. 2 to 1
two
or something like that.
to one, or
2-1 investment strategy. 2 million revenue, 2 million US in revenue, 1 million in profit for the financial year 2022. And him said that,
Alright.
and then him come and report him said that, and then come and report
40 million revenue.
46 mil.
46 mil Q1 revenue, 10 mil
What a-
profit, right?
What a turnaround.
But him have
Massive
140, him have 145 million to go in terms of that profit, right? Where's he gonna find it? Where's he gonna find it? I want Tyrone come on and talk, because I like when Tyrone talking, and I've been kind to Tyrone. I tell him, because I don't ask some of the questions, and the questions that nobody asks, because I've been listening out. Nobody don't ask. People ask silly questions like it's a one-off, or like things that don't make sense.
Yeah, man.
But
I'd love him to come on for real.
yeah, and I know I'm open to that stuff, but
Yeah.
I there's certain things I want to ask him, but I also don't want to ask him, because I don't want to start a certain ball rolling. I think that you know that ball
You know exactly what that go. You know it
Yeah.
is, because
Yeah, 'cause-
he can even give the right answer, and the next man decides it. Let me attack him on this line.
yeah, and I think some people, I realize that some people just like to attack some people.
Yeah, I realize that.
Yeah, and I'm not even just talking.
Don't feed the trolls.
Exactly. I'm not just feeding the trolls. I know that if there's certain points I don't want to mention, because I don't want to. Come on, Tyrone, big up. I love the company. I love the company, obviously. I think I have 300 shares. I think I have 300 shares, and I think my average price might actually be yours, yours and Phil.
Oh,
Yeah, man. I think my I create shares might be like it's in the
Long
cents.
time.
Yeah, man. Long time. Long
Jesus.
time. I think. Yeah. Cents. I remember when we were talking about it that I think the last time we actually had Taron on, and I bought it and I sold a lot. I could and should have bought it. It's one of the things I'm kicking myself over. But also
I think Phil knows I should have bought more, because
Yeah.
in our conversation around iCreate during our session, it was, I go buy a good amount more stills. I never did buy more. I didn't buy to the point where I should have.
I remember that conversation well.
It's more than one time. You show me the units at the price I say I go buy it, and I just never pull the trigger yet.
yeah.
That's true, though. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, my conversations with Phil about this accuracy have been, I'm proud. That's all I'll say.
Yeah,
And the
man.
timing, and the things that I've seen, a lot of them, the possible things I've seen, a lot of them don't happen yet. So
Yep.
I have no
sure.
problem not being in heavily yet, because I know that I can always get in. And I notice it dropping now, Phil. You're not worried about that?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. No,
You
man,
worried?
I'm not worried. I'm not worried. I'm up 200%, brother. But I wouldn't mind collect some more. Right now, I'm strapped for cash, but I would actually buy more, even at this price, because I expect.
Think the name again. The big deal, the big thing for me is the change in how Phil speaks about this investment.
Yeah.
At the start, it was should I stay because there's some level of worry around it or whatever. And I think just him growing as an investor and understanding what he wants from whatever he's in and whatever. So,
Facts.
boy, I'm buying more.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. There's a big change. A big
Yeah,
change.
cause the
Overall,
game,
for me, yes, but also specific to iCreate, for sure.
Yeah.
yeah, the game gets very, very different at the level you're playing it now, Phil. So I love to see that.
Whichever that run the top 10.
It is a different game. That's why it is a very different game.
A
I want
different
to show
story.
our player own portfolio. So I just want to show the I create. You see the average cost on that, Phil? 82 cents.
Nice.
Yeah. So
Jeez.
yeah, it's a player
It
own
beat me by one
portfolio.
cent.
Ooh,
By
really?
one
83
cent.
cents.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I think mine is
Yeah.
83.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
But I
I
don't
bought
think
a
I
lot of
create.
stocks around that area.
What that?
Yeah, man. I bought a lot of stocks around that. It was hovering around that area for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And every time I looking to pull the trigger on buying, it came, you do the analysis of a stock and whatever. But it usually came down to a simple question of the turnaround. Because
Mm-hmm.
one of the factors that really works, I'll say in our market, because I don't have experience in other markets, is the turnaround effect.
Mm-hmm.
When a company turns around, the market the market loves it. You know,
Mm-hmm.
people buy into it. You get huge percentage gains from it. CPJ is a good example. Key is a good example. They're all different, but
Mm-hmm.
the common thread is that there was a turnaround in the fortunes of the company from
Mm-hmm.
a loss to a heavy gain in comparison. And as long as you see a runway going forward, then you can't beat it. Quarter on quarter this year, if they continue to do even the same thing that they did this year, this quarter, this Q1, if they continue to do the same thing and note that their projection is higher than that,
Much
but if they
higher.
continue to do
Much,
the
much
same,
higher.
exactly, much, much higher. If they just do the same level, 10 million, then I think I had calculated a PE at $3
Of
or
like
less than
16.8,
20. Yeah,
16.8 times. Yeah. If I have that
Mm-hmm.
right currently.
correct.
Yeah,
Look
So
at
if
if
they
they
create at that
I creates
P,
revenue. Revenue in this quarter compared to the market. The market cap couple days or just couple weeks, couple months ago.
yeah,
the
yeah,
entire market cap, for real.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, if Tyrone Smart him talk to him board about throwing out a share buyback.
Right?
That's crazy. But watch it. I mean, the typical. Let me play a little devil's advocate.
Oh, that's funny.
Let me play a little devil's advocate. He has not. Some would say that he has not proven himself to the market in
Yeah,
terms of being able to project something, promise something, and then deliver it. And you know how our market is. The
right.
heavier money is. I mean, what is here heavily is the retail, right?
Mm-hmm.
The
Correct.
heavier money is not yet believing in him. You have to do it more than one quarter, and in his case, I think he might have to do it a couple of quarters as well before them see it. I don't think they. I think they think of
Definitely.
it as a joke currently, but that's all right. Um, that's
That
all
works
right.
for anybody buying.
Yeah,
Which is
yeah,
reasonable.
yeah.
You will believe and if you believe and it fits whatever invest if it's boy, I need to make X money by whatever time and that fits with it and your belief fits that goal and you realize that everybody around you say boy, say whatever. Brother, who you buying from? every time
Right?
you come in money you can get more shares, not a problem. So
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I think his second quarter is going to be very, very, very pivotal. His second quarter is going to be extremely pivotal, and I expect that will. I expect
change some
that
more
will.
minds.
But you know what? I even don't know. I don't know. I don't even want to say too much about that. But one to watch. What to watch, Sir
No, Phil,
Phil?
you're more than watching, sir.
I'm
You are
I'm
more
I'm
than watching.
watching. I'm watching deeply.
Yeah. Phil, yeah, man, you see Phil make sure same him have him ceiling upon the top 10 one.
Yeah,
Ceiling
man.
upon the
Yeah, man.
top 10. Of course, you should feel. I'm glad for see you do it, boy.
Bless up, man.
Bugs.
Bless up. And enough respect to you and then
Oh,
along
yeah,
this journey.
Yeah, man, bro,
yeah,
big up.
yeah. More see more grow grads on the top 10 them, man, and I know that they're gonna get there.
Oh no,
They're gonna get there.
the way I see it, because now some name already ready for some top 10. That I'm sure, meaning I know based on where they are, it's the paper, sign, seal, and deliver.
Me too.
So, and I think anyone again, such man who is the first in my mind when I think about that. Mr. Alone himself.
Yeah,
Mr.
yeah,
Lord.
yeah, yeah. Well, but I'm not sure that he's not on top 10 too. I think he's smart enough to
That
avoid it. Yeah, well, I think he's smart enough to avoid it. Him know what I'm doing, man. Him know what I'm doing. He's smart them way, the man.
Yes.
Anyway, let's do the inside jokes. So let me just
Yeah,
take
man.
one more talk. Big up, of course, Phil. And
yeah,
Bless,
feel big up.
bless, bless. And big
yeah,
up
but
Tyrone.
yeah. And let me take one more talk from Bert Dog.
Yeah, night.
Night,
So
how you doing?
I'm good. On the topic of mergers and acquisitions, I wanted to talk about a company that has made a lot of acquisitions in recent times, and that's Jamaica Producers. Surprised I haven't heard anybody talk about them.
Yes. And no, I'm
Man,
not surprised actually.
end it with a bang. Love that.
Yeah, so they purchased quite a few companies in both the logistics and
Tell me something.
beverage.
Let me cut you right away.
Yeah.
What did Seprod make their money from? That heavy below the net profit line money. Where did that Seprod get that money from? And what the hell does that have to do with JP? Anyway, finish what you're saying.
Yeah, I was saying they made acquisitions in both the food and beverage and the logistics space. And the major one is the geese shipping line.
Yep.
The major acquisition that I thought flew over a lot of people's heads in the market because it never really had a big effect. So I just wanted to find out what you guys think about JP going forward.
On the share price. Never had a big effect on the share price.
Yeah.
Yeah, what kind of effect would you have wanted to see?
Yeah, similar to Separate. They make an acquisition on the market optimistic about it. But as we know, earnings and so don't really move share prices, people. So
That's an answer and a question.
Yeah, I don't know.
I know that wasn't the question, and I was just asking how you guys feel about JP moving forward. That was the question.
Oh, moving forward, JP, what I feel about it? I think JP is a strong company that will do well. A strong board, strong path forward, in some really good business, and I think they're going to do really well as a company going forward.
Yeah.
Is that what you wanted to hear?
I mean, I already know that. I just wanted to see.
The truth is, I always wonder what people actually want. What the actual answers expected when people ask me that. I feel like there's a specific line. I feel like people the actual question they want to ask is way more specific, but they leave that broad question open. So it's a conversation you want to have from that question, and we can definitely have it.
All right. So going deeper into the question is, so seeing that. All right. So I was having this conversation with a friend of mine earlier, and seeing that JP is a company that is not just in Jamaica, right? They're spread all over the world, especially in Europe, with a lot of conflict and so right now. So how you think that conflict with Russia and Ukraine, which has a major impact on Europe, could potentially affect their business?
I think I think as food shortages ramp up around the world, especially in Europe, and I think as maybe, I hate to be the one to say it, but maybe the possibility of a new and improved variant to swing the news cycle back to the Chinese stuff. I think people once again turn towards health, especially in the summer in Europe. And I think owning one of the biggest fruit juice brands in some of these in some of these countries, and them trying to enter into other countries to push that brand, I think is a major thing that the supply will always continue, I believe, meaning from Jamaica and also from the other sources where they get especially the cold press stuff. And
Logistics.
if the logistics problem around the world causes those things to cost more, I think JP will continue to make money in Europe, heavier money.
Bro,
And
the
and
logistics. JP
yeah,
is food, so you make more money on logistics problems on both sides because there are logistics supply chain issues that everybody complain about did not work bad for the logistic companies. They were charging more.
they own the logistics vertical too.
Exactly.
Regionally,
And
them
then
can't have logistics problem unless the ship broke down.
so I
Yeah,
The
so they
ships,
and,
make
the
money both
ships.
ways.
and if I run in that vertical and the end product on some of that line is my food whatever the food items I sell which get a increase. I'm already charging more on the logistics. Food generally food generally is more expensive because of that whole supply chain issue. So my food product, the end market, it's actually going to be more expensive there, but I can control I can control some of those costs for myself there, work out better for me. I am selling and that's more profit on both sides.
Yeah, makes
Yeah.
sense. Makes sense.
Also, that's Europe, right? And that's all well and good. Most people don't talk about that. Then there's the regional. There's a regional move. These guys, food and water. A presence in
Dominica.
Central America. They have a presence in Domrep.
America, Miami.
America. Yeah, that Miami stuff. That Miami stuff that's happening with their also including impacting their subsidiary Kingston Wharves. The movement of stuff there, they're push into greater warehousing. I don't know if I've said this here. The supporting of maybe I think Jamaica is ripe for. I think we've gotten very used to having food delivered to our homes. I think that market has a lot of potential, and those that requires a lot of dark supermarkets, which requires pretty much heavy logistics locally, like the stuff that Mailpack does, and warehousing, like the stuff that
Yep,
JP does.
and their hand is well in that pot.
Yeah, and they seem to be holding hands in that pot. And then there's Dumrep with the water and the ice, and then there is JP is should be where I mean look at it. The PE of 13.6 times at current prices. But the thing with
You expect
JP,
way more.
yeah. Now here comes the $1 million question for me with JP. When do you think that this $24 order is gonna stop popping up? Have you ever looked at that?
Yeah, I was wondering because I keep on looking at the queue and everyone seems to like to release the
Shy
bag
away
when you
from
reach
it.
24 when you reach $24. But personally, my goal for JP isn't right now, so I know that eventually it will surpass the 24.
Yes, you see,
Long time that I pop up.
yes, you said my goal for JP isn't right now, and
Yeah,
I was really hoping to hear certain things. Are you specific about that goal? What's your goal for
yeah.
JP?
That goal is a year and a half under that.
So you,
From
in a year
now?
and a half, in a year and a
Yeah,
half, you expect that 24 to no longer be there. You want to go buy it?
yeah. I'm continuously buying. I have some already, so
Mm-hmm.
I just
So
keep on
you're
buying.
doing some of the work, so I can't wrong you there. So you're doing some of the work, to be honest. But
Yeah,
I don't know the strength of your pocket. That 24 order is pretty deep.
yeah.
And
It's
it's
pretty deep.
magical. It's been popping. I've been
Brother,
predicting that. I've been predicting that 24 order for I want to say easily 3 or 4 years now. Yeah, that order shows up all the time. Shows up all the time. It touched 30. Don't worry, it's coming right back down below 20, 24, 25, and it stays there. It's another great one that you can, if you're willing to bet the risk on, you can make it. But meaning in terms of the shorter term swings month to month. But I don't know. I've been burned on JP before. There's a lesson. Like I have a lesson. Dana and I talk about lessons. I have one of my early lessons when I was just getting just a little bit more money than usual that I learned from JP. Yeah. In fact, JP is one of the. It's also one of my reminders that it's not company results that set the share price. Yeah. Yeah. It's not company results that set the share price. Yeah, that's how I feel about that. But in terms of all the other, in terms of the fundamentals, like if I were to do one of my analysis on JP, you would probably be blown away because it continues to be amazing and innovative. And if I could own a lot of it and and live off the dividends, I would, because the dividend yield I think is going to continue to improve.
Better. I
Yeah,
think it's
man.
one of the best things that if you're looking for a long-term pick, specifically for a specific strategy, for a specific, I say long-term, but it's a very long time, 10 years and whatever, maybe even 5. But for certain clients that have certain goals that align with some of those things, JP is a strong pick for me.
Yeah. But it's also been a strong pick from, as you see, if you're looking on screen, look at that. From October 2018, it hit 30. It come back down 2018, 4 years. Are you in that little lane of but the fundamentals are so good. But fundamentals don't set the share price. And that the JP was always and still continues to be a great lesson for me. When I can be sure that the 24 won't keep popping up, or the 25 or the 26 or the 30 won't keep popping up, then I will or when I'm rich enough where I don't have to care if it's popping up because I'll buy it.
People, if you see that order disappear and Randy a smile randomly on Twitter, just expect he's rich enough.
Yeah, but until then, it's too rich for my blood. But it's severely undervalued. Like the thing should be worth $50. It should be $50 in my view.
Yeah, that's actually my goal for the move. $50.
Yeah.
I think this is a consolation to that order, because it says to me that when I have enough money, I can look at JP in a much different light.
Yeah, well, you'll have to
push in, and that's somebody we can buy from when we reach enough to do certain things.
Mm-hmm.
So man, let's keep my shares over there at my price. I'll come for it later.
Mm-hmm. It's an early example of that same thing with Spurtree.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. Except I suspect that this 24 is a lot. Is a lot stronger than the 33 million in Spurtree. Yeah. So it's funny how that works. Yeah, this one, that's a different one. This is a bigger order in certain terms, because I don't, we say these subtle things sometimes, and it's like the subtlety get lost when we say it. Mm-hmm. So how you must say this is a bigger order than the 33 million when it's obviously don't take 33 million to move this, it take 5 million. But I am willing to bet that if you were to move this tomorrow, Monday morning, and it went towards 30, it would come right back down, and something like it would come back.
Yeah. In fact, we have seen that before, haven't we? When the order looked like millions.
Early 2019 is when my goal for it was $50, and I was buying it in the 20s and the 20s and the early 20s, 20 to 25, early 2019. You remember then, Danai?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, early 2019, my goal. Well. Yeah. And it looked even better now than it did then. Mm-hmm. And you can come in the 20s and still have the same goal as me. I hope that you have a better result than I did, or you learn a better lesson than I did. But either one works for me. But yeah, the thing is heavily undervalued. Heavily undervalued, in my view. But I'm not, but still too rich for my blood. I don't own any.
All right. Respect, guys.
Big up, man. Big up. Tell me something. How you feel about their subsidiary, Kingston Wharves?
Oh, I never hear what you say. You're breaking up.
How you feel about their subsidiary, Kingston Wharves?
Well, I think Kingston Wharves is in a good position for the future, especially with the investments they've been making, especially since here, so that they pumped a lot of money January into their whole infrastructure, which should overall show on the bottom line in the future.
That sound nice and vague.
Analyst, yeah.
Analyst, that mean not in real life, brother. Them do that Miami thing the other day. How you feel about that?
Yeah, that's a good move stepping into the US market. And as we can see, they love their logistics. I was reading the statement the other day, and they said that's a
I mean,
space they want to
they are logistics.
grow on.
Kingston Wolves.
Yeah, yeah, I know, but I'm talking about the Miami move specifically and how it relates to JP. And I was saying that they were saying that they even want to have a bigger hole into that space. So I think it's just a show of what's to come with the Miami move.
What you think is to come?
More acquisitions in the logistics space.
More acquisitions in the logistics space.
Yeah,
Okay.
based on what I've been reading from like what the company has been saying, Mr. Hall, the CEO.
Who, me?
No. Jeffrey
Me know,
Hall.
man. Me know,
Not
man.
that Jeffrey.
It's a good name for app.
All right. Well, big up. I hope it
That's
work
about
out for
Kingston
you.
Wolves, Randy. When
Yeah,
that's the Kingston was a PE of 17.
Yeah, I remember it had a
have
P.
never.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember it was reversed. I remember it was 71. Ja. PE of 17. Damn.
And PE high, price high, and it is you open our industry report and the man them say, oh, buy. And I said, wait. So you really have to say, oh, take a step back. I thought this was too much for you guys. What's going on? But they really love it. Industry guys love it. I wouldn't be surprised if them start love it again more.
You just need to give them a reason, boy.
I think a reason might come pretty soon.
Yeah, I suspect so. Or maybe not do happen. Or maybe not do happen.
Kingston Wolves has the luxury of being boring because JP can be exciting.
Yeah, Kingston Wolves have a hell of a.
JP can do everything, and Kingston Wolves eat off of it, and it's a nice growth. And JP be the one that pulls everything around it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a cog in the wheel, so it might not be the thing there, but yeah,
there's possibilities.
It's interesting to me still. And
yeah,
a pension man might just file up in their mid and say, so something might be attractive to them, and in the industry guys and all that.
Mm-hmm. Who knows what kind of yield them have? Whew.
And
almost 1%. That might be, you buy it now in a year, that yield might be over 1%. For a pension, that's a great cash flow. That's better than a lot of bonds.
Yeah.
Thing
there. I told a client I would say something. I don't know if tonight wasn't I would say it, but she asked about people being more conservative and want a preference share. Right? And I was explaining to her, and I said, of course, I went to the goal, and we're talking about that. And then the idea was consistent thing there. When am I again?
Consistent preference share payout. Okay, yeah. So consistent cash flow.
Say, all right, cool. If I can get extra $100,000 a month, and I say they don't necessarily pay monthly, not all of them will pay monthly, but say you get a 7% preference share, and you get 1.2 million for the year. If them can give you that, then sure. And say 7%, that's around 16 million in. And then she said very quickly, wait, but that's kind of like doing real estate, but you have to spend less money to get it. If you buy a $30 million house,
and none of the risk,
$100,000 a month,
and none of the risk.
And you have to find a tenant, you have to pay for nothing.
You have to fix no pipe.
Exactly. You're paying 16 million JMB 3.5. You know, so JMB have to give you 3.5%. It's 7.3. Sorry, JMB 7.3. JMB give you 7.35% yearly. With less stress and all of that.
No insurance, no property tax,
no mortgage,
no act of God.
No tenant ring off your phone.
Right?
Yep. Or boy, tenant cut and you have to find somebody in between. And as in, I often say, boy, yeah, man, if you keep a cash flow and you have a good amount of money, go to preference share. I just never actually given the comparison to your real estate as you want to rent or whatever versus just buying a preference share and the one less money to go in and less hassle from a certain perspective.
Yeah, not almost every single perspective.
And trade stiff, so say if a preference share drop and the company is still good, you're buying and you're looking even better. You're getting the same dividend for a lower price. Yeah.
And you can, and if the yield drop, you can margin the shares and buy back the same lower
Same
yield.
perfect.
What do you think I
And
can buy
then
in a house?
when redemption come up, because you
You
bought the
eat
lower yield,
again.
say you're getting back or could redeem at say at $10, but you bought at $7. At $10, I get
Yep.
it.
And ahead of redemption, the price always spike because the boring buy it then.
Yeah.
So you're very likely gonna get cap gains on top of it, and nobody even redeem it. Just get, oh god, man.
Yeah.
That's why I can't buy in a house.
Because at every level there's a play.
And it's much better. Like if you just want house money, I can show you something that will give you 3 house worth of money without the risk of a house. I mean, you just won't be able to tell your friends that, oh, you know, I'm a
Oh, I'm in
landlord.
real
Yeah,
estate.
I'm in real estate. Yeah, yeah. But you'll be way ahead of anybody who actually does that, and there won't be any slow periods. Or if there's a slow period, chances are you can get out way ahead of everybody else.
And
And
if it's a slow period, remember say, oh him again, cumulative or whatever. So they can't skimp on it. If they don't pay it now, then the payment shift down half a block. Give me the full money that you never give me in X period of time. Them
depend,
can't just not give the money them tell them we give.
yeah, unless something is really, really wrong, in which case, depending on the terms of the preference shares, it might even convert. But I mean, that almost,
And you get
yeah, yeah. God, yeah, don't buy a house, buy CWJ deferred. I'm not taking it actually to that, right? But yeah, because they pay monthly, don't they?
I think so. Yes, they do.
Yeah, yeah. I made a nice good play on them last year. I did. I think I mentioned. Oh, I screwed up the name. But I think I mentioned it at one of those advanced scores. I think. I think it was the short term, one of the short term ones. Look at that. It's
You
down
mentioned it here as well.
7% now. Yeah, I may have mentioned it here too. It's down 7% now. Thing hardly trades in a brother, but it has these consistent trades, and in the meantime, I mean, look at that. If you are buying this thing to hold it truly for multi-year, every few weeks or every few months, an opportunity comes along for you to be able to buy it at a lower price, so you get a higher yield.
Look at that dividend investing.
Yeah, and them. So I think them
Why?
soon take this back.
Think of it. Nobody, as you said, nobody really talks about dividend investing. But why the preference shares never enter the conversation?
I've been waiting for somebody to come and really want to talk about about real dividend investing, not just talking about, oh, I like dividends, but an actual real serious profitable dividend investor, aggressive dividend investor on the local market, because the market is there and growing. Even on the junior market, those junior market companies, some of them that are looking to pay or have been paying dividends consistently. Lab is a great example. I
See, in this
mean,
of a wicked dividend day.
Indies
Yeah,
is a next one too.
and serious.
Imagine
And
being
then
able to get,
expansion plans on top of it.
and
When
if you
that start
true,
out, you know.
oh God, man, and at any given time you can get out for wonderful cap gains.
Yeah.
And if your cap gains low, you're raising if your cap gains low or negative, you're raising your dividend yield. You get the opportunity to raise the dividend yield. Yeah,
Today was
yeah.
record day, really?
For which one? In this?
In this, yeah.
Whew. I think if you have lab since IPO, you're yielding over 6% on the dividend.
Shite.
Whew.
Nice.
Can you imagine if I was a long term investor? Whew. Anyway, people, I'm gonna guess that there's nobody else that wants to talk. And Dana and I was supposed to be speaking for Dana here, but I think we wouldn't mind having an early night. So thank you guys. Enjoy. I hope you enjoy the Brick Talks. It's a shorter one. It never go up until 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Hope it was good. And we'll see you another week where we're talking. I think next week we have what? Some heavy earnings dropping. Check the Every Mickle calendar. Yeah, Every Mickle calendar will tell you. If you don't know what Every Mickle calendar is, you should find out about it. It's a wonderful free calendar. It has everything on the stock market there for you. You can add it to your cell phone. It's a wonderful calendar. everymickle.com/calendar. Or you can just go to mymoneyja.com and we have a lot of the things there. But the Every Mickle market calendar,
Godsend.
yeah, man. I can't do without it at this point. We are looking at next week. We would be Friday the 13th, and the earning season starts. A lot of results are due then. a whole lot of results are due then. And some of them will likely be coming up before. I think the FESCO one will certainly get at least one call from Japan for that one, I'm sure. Even Cygnus. Even Cygnus, that should be very interesting. Cygnus's results. Yeah. Anyway, big up. Hope you guys enjoyed. It's been another Brick Talk. Thank you and good night.